clearance now while supplies last. Get your lawn ready for the cold weather ahead and make a stop to McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Welcome back to the Downey Tire Pros Radio Pregame Show on 94.3 KNIA. The 4-0 Indianola Indians make it through non-district schedule, begin district play. We'll get to the homecoming festivities in a bit here, Coach, but what was it like seeing the 4-0 on your squad standings after that non-district schedule? When we talked at the beginning of the season, it was quite the gauntlet.
Yeah, it was a very tough schedule, and going into the season, you just never know how each game is going to play out, who's going to be healthy, how you're going to play. There's just a lot of question marks. But just extremely pleased with how our guys have handled the first 4 games. I think we've played at a very high level. And you're not 4-0 if you don't play at a high level against that competition. So we got to continue to get better, and that's been the plan all week, to worry and concentrate on ourselves and our play and the things that we can control and keep this thing rolling.
Well, when you take a look at last week's film, again, Lewis Central and Indianola, 2 very good offensive teams, a low-scoring game. When you dissected that a little bit, what went into just a 14-9 final scoreline?
Well, I like I mentioned a week ago, I think just 2 very even football teams that are very similar, just like how we line up, what we try to do offensively, defensively, and it did. It turned into a defensive battle, and of course it came down to a final play in a game. There's just so many things that happen through the course of a game, and for it to come down to one play, it just says a lot about both teams, but we definitely were happy to be the ones making the plays in the end.
What do you see from this team that maybe you didn't see 4 weeks ago as you head into district play? I think the non-district schedule was going to be that tough stretch of the season. Not that the district schedule is easy by any means, but that was going to be the roughest stretch. What do you know about the Indians?
Well, I think we knew what we were going to get with some of our top players, guys that were key players a year ago. The biggest thing that I've seen is the seniors that didn't play as juniors, or the juniors that were on the JV squad a year ago, and I've really seen them elevate their game, and I think that has a lot to do with the leadership of the veterans that are on our team, the seniors that got a lot of experience. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, and as we continue to develop and improve, we're only going to get better and better throughout the season.
What does the homecoming game mean to you coming back? And we'll get to Perry here in a second, but just overall, it's a fun week of activities that feels like everyone really embraces.
Yeah, it is. It's a time to, you always see a lot of alumni that come back to the football game, and, just the school pride that's shown, and all the activities and the things that happen throughout the week. So the biggest thing as a football coach and a football team, we just got to be mature how we're going to handle all these activities. We can't allow it to become a distraction, and then understand that, hey, we get to be in the spotlight there for a few hours on Friday night, and let's go out and represent our community and our school in a very positive manner.
How do you approach a game like this against a Perry squad that, sad to say, has struggled for wins over the last several years and comes in winless on the season, but you still got to get your guys ready to play? Yeah,
the message from Saturday morning after the big Lewis Central win was, hey, all the respect in the world to Perry, and I know they're trying to get things going, and they're working hard, but we got to focus on ourselves right now. We can't take a week off and relax. All the other teams in our district are improving, and we got to continue to elevate our game. So it's been about us and the things that we can control, and we need to go out and play a crisp football game, mistake-free, and execute at a high level, and just keep this season going.
What's the health of the team like as you enter week 5, that midway point of the season? I know every football team at this point is banged up, but what do you think the overall health is?
I would say we're very healthy at this point, which which is a good thing. And there's been a few illnesses, more so kids getting sick here and there, but miss a day or two of practice. But for the most part, very healthy, and just excited to hit district play here and see how we can do.
Does having the amount of offensive weapons that I think this team have, is that almost kind of a wealth of riches, a burden of riches, I guess is what I want to say, getting everybody involved in the game, does that make it easier or harder? Talk about that aspect of the offensive play calling, knowing that, hey, I want to get this guy 5 to 10 touches, but it's hard to do that for everybody.
Yeah, and that's something that, we don't go into a game plan saying, each guy has to touch the ball a certain amount of times. I think we've got a bunch of unselfish guys that understand that the team is the important goal here, and they understand that, and we're going to do the things necessary in the game that give our team the best opportunity to win. So it is very nice to have all the skill athletes that we have. It hasn't always been that way, so as a coach, it's been a lot of fun to coach and also to watch on the sideline.
Well, then defensively, it felt like not only do you have playmakers, the Carter Ericksons, the Kale Kolarics seeing a lot of snaps, but it feels like you already mentioned before, the Casey Stecker guys who maybe didn't see the field a lot last year really stepping up, and I think that takes the defense to that next level. Yeah,
last week's win and just how our defense played, that we really needed that game. Just the confidence that, hey guys, you can play at a very high level against an excellent team like Lewis Central, and their Daubers were a little bit down after that Pella game, the way they ran the football at us. So, we just have to continue to play strong defense, and we will. We'll continue to get better, and just excited about all the players that we have on both sides of the ball, and special teams are really starting to come together as well.
I'm glad you mentioned special teams. You said you made some changes. We don't have to get into the personnel changes on that, but just talk about the attitude around special teams, because first 2 weeks there were some mistakes, and then the next 2 weeks it seems like it's been fairly solved.
Yeah, and that's, that was pretty obvious. You can't go score on a first drive and then give up a long touchdown run on a kickoff return. That doesn't work in a football team that has high expectations and high goals. So I think we've been able to clean some things up, and just hopefully we can continue to play at a high level in all three phases of the game.
All right, key to coming away with a homecoming win against Perry, and what do you want to be able to say about the Indians after tonight's game?
Well, we need to play a clean football game, mistake-free. There's a lot of distractions. Routines are different than a normal week, so we just got to go out and be ourselves and play our football, and I think everything else will take care of itself.
At least 5 news stories every day. Let's Talk Indianola every weekday. Breaking news, live severe weather coverage, in depth with Dr. Bob Leonard, community calendar events, all that and more on your home for today's Indianola news and local information, 94.3 KNIA. You can also find it all at KNIAKRLS.com, and you can listen anytime and anywhere by downloading the free KNIA 94.3 mobile app. Nobody covers Indianola more because we care more. The one to count on for today's news and local information, 94.3 KNIA.
Our team at D. Armand Ford Indianola are committed to giving you an exceptional ownership experience.
As a family-owned business, my dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure you experience the D. Armand difference.
Our core values of hard work, honesty, trust, and integrity are what we build our business on.
Experience the difference at the all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola,
where you'll actually enjoy doing business.
The all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola, darmandford.com.
Are you prepared for the cold weather ahead? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can get your vehicle ready for the cold months ahead by making sure your heater is performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can check the tread on your tires to make sure you're not left slipping and sliding this fall when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're prepared this fall by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola.
Hi, this is Chad Keller with Keller's Garage in Indianola, Iowa. I'd like to take time to thank everyone that trusts us to work on their vehicles, and for simply taking it to Keller's.
Welcome back Those joining us on the Indianola Activities, Indianola Athletics YouTube channel and 94.3 KNIA, this is the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show. Of course, locally owned Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swatner. Still about a half hour and some change, 32 minutes technically on the clock till kickoff, but we're here to entertain you until then. Rick, we had a long talk earlier about this non-district schedule for the Indians. When I take a look at this district, I see Warren County schools, Indianola, Carlisle, as well as Bondurant-Farrar, the kind of upstarts of the Class 4A right now. Bondurant-Farrar right now looking really solid and maybe making a statement in this district. But just because the non-district schedule is over, it doesn't get any easier for the Indians. Yeah, there might be some teams that are struggling on the season in the district, but you still got to come out and win your games, and the challenge is just beginning.
Well, you've got to be able to do that. Any football coach will tell you just take it 1 week at a time. This week it's Perry. They're not looking ahead next week because I know it's in Norwalk on the schedule over at Norwalk. That's always a great rivalry. It always is. And no matter what, I mean, both teams could be, one could be, anyway, that's just a great rivalry. But right now they're looking at Perry. They want to get through Perry. They want to make sure that they get through this. And coaches will send out their offense. They'll play their defense. They play what they want to play. They want to show that what they can do. And Perry's the same way. They're coming in here at 0-4. They're looking at that. They go, okay, guys, we can play football. We can play football with the best of them. But tonight they are. The number 2 ranked team, Quarter Radio Iowa, they are, and then they're well deserved to be right where they're at. So they've got to come up, and you know what? Teams seem to play to their competition. And Perry's got some nice athletes out there. We might see some things from them. And you and I were talking when we were playing the coaches. I looked out here, and it was homecoming in Ankeny about 10, 12 years ago, and the numbers, I'm going, boy, that was Indianola about then, and homecoming in Ankeny and the numbers, and you came into that stadium, and Indianola came with a victory that night. And I mean, it just surprised everybody. Matter of fact, they had a guy listening out in California, and he texted his daughter, says, tell Rick he hasn't got the score right. He said, no, Dad, score's right, we're ahead. And we ended up winning that ball game. So you just cannot take a team that's coming in and maybe having a tough time. You've got to be able to play your best out there, and Indianola's got to bring it tonight. They really do.
And I'll say the freshman squad won by a couple touchdowns, but that Perry freshman team looked pretty dang good too, and that's a freshman team for Indianola that hasn't lost too many games the last 3 years or so, and only winning by 2 touchdowns. A win's a win. They looked very impressive, don't get me wrong, but it's not like Perry, despite being 0-4, is just devoid of any talent. They have some guys. They have some guys you're going to have to watch out for, and they have some guys that are going to make Indianola pay if Indianola isn't in the correct position. And let's jump into our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game, and we could take a bit of time on them, because number one for me is complacency. When you see the rankings, when you see how good you are, and Indianola's 4-0, and they deserve every bit of the rankings, and they deserve every bit of the praise that they've gotten, holding a Lewis Central team to 9 points, and take that 9 with a grain of salt. Like we've already mentioned before, the defense was put in a position where they almost had to give up a touchdown with the defense, the near pick 6. So 3 points given up to Lewis Central in normal game time situations. Indianola deserves every bit of praise that they have. But that doesn't mean you can get complacent about that.
That's so true. And here's the thing, giving up that touchdown last week, I remember back in the day, and I hate doing this going back in the day, but we were known to have a good defense. I mean, I don't think when I played, we didn't give up 14 points all year in 8 ball games, and we gave up 13 the last game of the season and got beat. But the thing about a defense, you just don't want to give up. You've got that pride, and this defense has that pride. So if they can shut a team out the next time out, I wouldn't want to beat Perry just because, but I'm just saying they're capable of doing that, and they're capable of making those big plays and doing that. And Indianola's going to show the crowd tonight, and they're going to show the rest of the state, and we're number 2, and they're going to show you why. And they've got a tough team. That defense, I was just so happy to see that defense shine like they did last week, Andy.
Absolutely, and I think what Coach Kluver said, he said it best, that this Indianola squad maybe didn't take the Pella game or they were hurt by the Pella game, I should say. Pella punched them in the chin a little bit and ran it right at them and dared Indianola to stop them. And for a portion of that game, the Indians couldn't stop them. And the question was, how were you going to respond against a Lewis Central team that was the number 1, number 2 offense in the state? Well, they responded by giving up just the 9 points. So my first key is don't get complacent. Throw out the records of this game. Enjoy your homecoming, but you have to treat this like any other game.
Do your job.
My second key to the game is going to be stay healthy. You're favored to win this game, and if the game was played on paper, we wouldn't have to be here right now. But Indianola, this is the point of the season where those knocks start to become, maybe not knocks, that start to maybe miss a game or two, or those nagging injuries start to affect you a little bit more. And that doesn't mean, like I said, take any plays off, but I think that one of the big priorities for the Indians coming out of tonight will be everybody's healthy and ready to go next week.
I've got a key for this because here's my thing. Looking at Perry, and I'm looking at their stats, and I'm looking at some things. I said, there's a couple of guys out there that are pretty good athletes. I said, I just wonder where they are, where they've been the last couple of weeks, and don't take them for granted. And you mentioned that too, but don't let them pull out here an offensive surprise. So your defense has to stay key, and don't take this team for granted because they're going to have some surprises for Indianola tonight. And you just got to stay on top of your game, and that's pretty much an overall general thing, but it pretty much will apply tonight.
Absolutely. And my third key to the game is turnovers. Is when it's a 4-0 team versus an 0-4 team. When you get those giant upsets in college football and high school football in the NFL, when one team, how did that happen? Well, it's usually turnovers, and it's usually self-inflicted mistakes. Don't turn the ball over. If you have the ball, the other team generally can't score unless you turn it over. So you have to take care of it. The Indians had a couple turnovers last week. It nearly really hurt them. They ended up pulling out because, the defense stayed strong, and the defense forced a couple of turnovers themselves. But I think turning the ball over, Indianola's been really good at it all season long. Bennett Brick has been great at controlling the football. Again, last week, chalk up a couple of those interceptions to being just how good Lewis Central is, but you just have to keep the ball when you have it.
Oh, definitely so. You got to take care of it, and if they can do that tonight, I think they've got a very good chance here of a win and against this Perry squad. And you're right. Just it comes down to doing your job. Do what you do and do it, and then stay healthy. This is going to be a game tonight that I'm hoping we can see some of these kids that have worked their tail off all season long, and they get an opportunity here to get some playing time in, because that's going to help you down the road if they get that experience.
Those are our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. Well, today is homecoming, Rick, and that means there is some royalty to pass along here at this time. Why don't you give us the homecoming court for tonight?
I can do that, Andrew, and knowing a lot of these kids, very proud of them, good representation for their school. Let's talk about the ladies. Kate Jordan, along with Anna Young, Lauren Blake, Cora Charleville, Joey Whirling, and Celia Becker. And on the other side, the gentlemen that are representing the homecoming this evening is Cale Crawford, Walker Whalen, Casey Stecker, Trey Cause, and Mason Clavel. I think we'll wait till they come out and do the presentation. I know who the king and queen are, but let's wait till they make the official announcement.
They're still kind of making their presentation right now.
So they're coming down the track.
We'll pass that along.
We can wait a couple
Coming
seconds.
up, we have our starting lineups presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. Our colors of the game presented by Mid-Iowa Restoration. And our game time temperature all coming up. More of the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show after this on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Athletics YouTube.
Ever get tired of everyone advertising rates like it's all they have to offer? Like auto rates.
3.09 APR, 3.94%, 4.72%.
Greater Iowa Credit Union is more than just rates. Greater Iowa supports local organizations, awards thousands in scholarships and classroom grants, and volunteers in our community. But in case you're wondering, they have great rates too. Current auto rates are as low as
1.99% APR.
Learn more at gicu.org.
At Z's Eatery and Drought House in Indianola, they take pride in the quality meat used for each and every meal. That's why they use local Iowa beef to make sure the food delivered to your table is the best you could have ordered. Open 11 to 9 Monday through Thursdays and 11 to 10 Friday and Saturdays, Z's Eatery and Drought House has some of the best meals in Indianola at some of the best prices. Stop in today and try some of the best food in Indianola. Z's Eatery and Drought House, where friends become family. Proud supporters of Indianola High School athletics.
Hello folks, Rebel here. Are you in need of a new cover? With all the severe storms we've had in recent weeks, you may need a roof inspection to diagnose potential problems with your roof. At All American Exteriors, our technicians are trained to suss out even the most hard-to-find damage, helping you receive the best roof while saving you money. Our excellent service has been recognized as being one of the most reputable roofing companies in the state of Iowa. Why not let All American Exteriors be your advocate? Call now.
Good Samaritan Society in Indianola is committed to providing an unprecedented level of quality service, compassionate care, and range of amenities to ensure the residents enjoy a carefree, fulfilling lifestyle that is tailored to their needs. Proudly serving Warren County and the surrounding Des Moines areas, their friendly, professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bringing you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person. Give them a call today at 515-302-6791 and get the next journey of your life started the right way today. Accidents can happen every day and to anyone, from first-time drivers to drivers who have spent their life on the road. Don't let an accident ruin your day. Smith's Collision Center in Indianola is prepared to help you whenever an accident may occur and is ready to get you back on the road in no time. If you have been in an accident and need your vehicle repaired, take it to Smith's Collision Center, located at 710 East 2nd Avenue in Indianola, and let Jeff and his crew do it right for you. Smith's Collision Center, a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics.
Your future is our purpose. I choose Knoxville Schools. I choose Knoxville Schools.
There are so many amazing things happening in our schools. Right now, let's focus on the high school where students are engaged in a new science curriculum. Our teachers have been very impressed by how students are enjoying the new strategies, activities, and challenges presented to them in the classroom.
Your future is our purpose. I choose Knoxville Schools.
The Knoxville Community School District is also thrilled to bring back our annual Youth Frontiers Retreat, in which our 9th grade students meet with leaders from other grades and get to know each other as they focus on respect. The fall is packed with excitement at the Knoxville Community School District. Check out what's happening at the Knoxville High School.
Your future is our purpose. I choose Knoxville Schools.
Welcome back to the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. It's homecoming tonight. Indianola hosting the Blue Jays of Perry. And, of course, Rick, we had our homecoming court.
Yep,
and right now we are getting the king and queen ready to be presented. Are we ready to reveal who, go through the rest of the court and see if people can guess.
Okay, here you go, folks. See if you can guess this. All right, the court is, the ladies are Kate Jordan, Anna Young, Lauren Blake, Cora Charleville, and Celia Becker. Along with the gentlemen, it's Cale Coleric, Cale Crawford, Casey Stecker, Trey Cause, and Mason Clavel. Now, who did I leave out? Or Clavel, excuse me, I'm sorry. Who did I leave out? Well, I left out Joey Whirling and Walker Whalen, your 2021 king and queen for the homecoming this year for Indianola High School, and a couple of great young people. I mean, they're all great. Yeah, it's a great senior class. It really is, and it just, what great representation. And I'm listening as all these kids are coming through, and on the PA announcer, every one of these young people are involved in about 5 or 6 extracurricular activities, and they're just involved not only in on the sports side but academics and everything. Andrew.
Well, I'm sure the votes were in at that point, but I'm certainly willing to take credit for something I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Okay.
But Joey Whirling was our radio sports page, or at least half of our radio sports page Spotlight Athletes of the Week. So, I mean, maybe that gave her that little bit of extra bump that she needed to get homecoming queen. And like I said, I'm certainly willing to take credit with something I had nothing to do with.
There you
go.
go.
That's something I'm more than comfortable doing. Let's get into tonight's starting lineups. Those are presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. We'll name a couple of standout athletes we have for the Blue Jays. Rick, why don't we know, or at least say who we're paying attention to tonight for Perry?
And we will. And we haven't gotten an exact starting lineup for them, but Caden Heck is their quarterback. He's a young man. He's number 6, and he is just a tremendous young man. He's a junior. He's 5'8", 155 pounds. We're looking also at another kid, number 16. That's Logan Haynes. He's a senior. He's 5'7", 140 pounds. Now, he plays some offense, and he does play a little bit more on the defensive side of it. I should probably go through the offense first, but I'm kind of going through these kids because they will play both ways. They will play both ways here, ladies and gentlemen. And Jeremiah Cragen, he's a kid. He's a running back. He's a linebacker. This guy will play both ways. His number 26 tonight. He's 5'9". He also a senior, 170 pounds. I think their punter, I'm just kind of going down the list here. Their punter is Abraham Ruiz. He's a senior, 5'10", 170. This kid will play offense. He's a receiver. He plays a little bit of a defensive back, and he's also their punter. So he's very active on this Perry team. Juan Hernandez is a junior. This kid will be a senior. I think we'll be calling his name a little bit tonight, too. And Holden Smith is a junior. This kid is another receiver that'll be out there doing some things. But I'll tell you what, some of their defensive players that they're going to have out there, we're going to call their names tonight. Juan Hernandez, he's a junior. He's leading the team in tackles. You've got Ruiz, I mentioned him. He's also one of the top tacklers on this team, and along with Gavin Hagstrom, another kid that's a junior that we'll see a lot of action from. And of course, Oscar Gutierrez is a senior. This young man, I think we're going to call his name a lot. He is a senior. He plays that fullback spot, and he will be a linebacker out there. So you'll probably see a lot of him on defense. So there's kind of some of the key kids for the Perry Blue Jays that we have that I know we're going to be. I probably missed a couple, but we'll make sure we call their name out when the game gets started here.
Yeah, definitely. One thing we're going to do tonight is make sure we get everybody out there on both sides. We'll do our best. And tonight's starting lineups, again, presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care. Let's do it with the home Indianola Indians. It's homecoming tonight and start on the offensive side of the ball.
You bet. We'll start with that offense out. At the tight end, we got Walker Whalen, 6'4", 210. He's a senior. The left tackle, number 78, is Bryce Moffitt, 6', 241. He is also a senior. The left guard is Caden Boyd, 6'2", 232, a junior. He's number 56. Number 66 is Cale Crawford. He's right there at the center, 6', 245, a senior. At the right guard, we've got Trenton Nicholson at 6', 235, a senior. Will Teasdale will be that right tackle, 6'2", 300-pound senior. And at the split end, we've got not only do we've got Colton Gordon, number 18, 6', 160-pound senior, but Micah Dewey will also fill in there, 5'11", 155 junior. As we move to the receivers, number 88, that's Drew Kingery, 6'4", 185 junior. And there, I got to list all three of these guys because we're going to see a lot of action from them. Will Shivers, a 6', 177-pound junior. Carter Erickson, 6'2", 190 senior. And, of course, the fullback is Johnny Menke, a 6', 185-pound junior, along with Cale Kolaric, the tailback, 6', 205, and a senior. And your quarterback for tonight, number 6, that's Bennett Brick, 6', 170-pound junior. Steph Stark is the kicker, 5'8", 135 senior, and Noah Johnston is the punter, 5'11", 165 senior. Moving to that defensive side, it's going to look like this. At the Leo linebacker spot, number 12, Johnny Menke. Number 59 will be Ray Liventhal's, the defensive end. At the nose guard, we've got James Naughton, 5'10", 222-pound senior. Walker Whalen is the bandit linebacker, 6'4", 210 senior. At the Sam, we've got Carter Erickson, number 4, 6'2", 190 senior. Our two outside linebackers are number 11, Jackson Moriowski, the 6'1", 195-pound senior. And the other outside linebacker, number 48, Jacob Lundberg, 6', 190 senior. At the corners, we've got number 10, Casey Stecker, 6', 175-pound senior. The other corner, number 9, is Micah Dewey, 5'10", 155-pound junior. At our safeties, the free safety number 1 is Max Flaherty, 6'2", 181-pound junior. And the strong safety number 23, Kale Kolaric, 6', 205 senior. There's the main starters, there's the main players, and I've got about 5 or 6 others that will be in there too.
This
We'll
Indianola
catch them as
squad
they go. That's Indianola squad is deep.
Rotates in and out,
They
both
do.
offensively and defensively. That is tonight's starting lineups presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. Vintage Hills of Indianola offers assisted living and memory care in beautiful apartment homes. Get the lifestyle you want with the services and amenities that will make your life easier at Vintage Hills of Indianola. Tonight's colors of the game presented by Mid-Iowa Restoration, starting with the visiting Blue Jays of Perry. Well, you guessed it, they're in their away whites. They're not in their blue, but they are white and blue numbers, blue helmets coming through, white jerseys, blue numbers, white pants for the visiting Perry Blue Jays. Indianola's in their home purples. They got the gold helmets, white pants, and then the white numbers on their jerseys this evening. It's a beautiful field here at Indianola Stadium. Purple in the end zones. I love the end zones when they get the nice color like that. Yellow with the Indians with the white outlines, and of course the big I in the middle of the field as we see the pride of Indianola marching band making its way out there, and ever in their spiffy uniforms, purple tops, black pants, and the black and purple hats for the, I don't know what they're called. Are they called something specific for marching band, or are they just
Pride of Indianola
caps?
marching band.
Well, I was
Yep.
thinking the specific uniforms, but either way. Tonight's colors of the games have been presented by Mid-Iowa Restoration. Are the colors in your heavy machinery fading away, or maybe you're dealing with rust? Visit the sand-blasting experts at Mid-Iowa Restoration in Milo and leave your hardworking machinery in their capable, hardworking hands. See some of their work at midiowarestoration.com. And quickly before the Pride of Indianola marching band makes its way out here for the national anthem, Rick, do you have a guess at tonight's game time temperature presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling? Think of where we were 2 weeks ago and then come up with your answer.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, I'll subtract about 25 degrees. It's going to be right around, I think it's close to 60 degrees, and really a calm wind, maybe out of northwest. Oh, I got it. All right.
60 degrees
once
on
a year.
the dot.
Once a season, I get one.
They don't call him Mr. Guess the Temperature Right Wilson for no reason.
And I'm not sure why they don't even,
It's a really new nickname. Tonight's game time temperature is presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. No hidden fees, just one great price on plumbing, heating, and cooling services for everyone, always. Take a short time out. More of the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show after this. You're listening to Indianola football. It's the homecoming game versus the Blue Jays of Perry on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Stop in today to take advantage of hot deals only at your local Indianola Hy-Vee. Yogurt products are on sale this week as Hy-Vee yogurt is on sale 2 for 88 cents, and Dannon and Yoplait Greek yogurts are 10 for $10. Progresso soup is on just 4 for $5. Fresh ground beef patties are $12 with 5 cents of fuel saver. Pepsi products are on sale 4 for $11, and Fresh Express chopped or Caesar salad kits are just 2 for $5. So stop in today to take advantage of these hot deals before they're gone at your local Indianola Hy-Vee.
Are you an athlete and you need to be seen by a specialist now? Are you tired of trying to find someone that's available now and not 1, 2, 3 days or weeks from today? Capital Orthopedics is very excited to announce their brand new walk-in clinic in Clive. No appointment or doctor's referral needed. Get an ultrasound or x-ray today with virtually no wait time whatsoever. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 5. Skip the wait and come to Capital Ortho's new walk-in clinic today.
Question: who's Indianola's largest internet provider? The answer? IMU Fiber. IMU Fiber has signed up almost 3,000 customers in the last 3 years for their fast, reliable internet service. Give them a call and a local person will answer any questions you may have about their second-to-none service. Fewer slowdowns, fewer interruptions, and inside of more homes in Indianola than any other internet provider. That's IMU Fiber. Bringing hometown values to broadband services, IMU Fiber is here for you now and forever.
Jake Crozier of People's Bank in Knoxville shares his football experiences.
When I played high school football, Coach always stressed that losing a game was a great learning experience. It taught me that winning was more fun than losing. The only thing worse than losing was conditioning. I mean, all that running and calisthenics. Coach said discipline and commitment were good for us and would make us more successful. But I never saw him running with us. All kidding aside, like in football, teamwork, discipline, and commitment to doing things the right way are the keys to success at People's Bank.
People's Bank, Knoxville's community champion, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show on 94.3 KNIA Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swatner. Homecoming game tonight, and Rick, this crowd is packed in front of us. It should be a real fun one tonight as the Indians host the Blue Jays of Perry.
Yeah, you always like to see the home crowd come out, especially for a home game like this, but it's homecoming. And to enjoy the band, they've got the marching band out there in the shape of an eye. They got the color guard. The cheerleaders it's just a great night for football here in Indianola.
Absolutely. Well, we went through our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game and our starting lineups presented by Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. Our colors of the game presented by Mid-Iowa Restoration, and our game time temperature presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. So I guess I'll just have to do one last thing and make sure to mention all the other games in the area that we're paying attention to tonight. We haven't had any Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates as of yet. Hopefully we'll have some from our 7 o'clock kickoffs here beginning soon. I don't think we had any. We had one 7 o'clock kickoff, Pella Christian versus Sigourney Keota. That's the only 7 o'clock kickoff, and that's number 4 versus number 6 in Class 1A. Norwalk is at Boone tonight. Again, this is all district play for all of our games around the area. Norwalk and Boone, the other district game in our area. Bondurant-Farrar in action. Versus Carlisle is the other Warren County game, and the other game in our district. Bondurant-Farrar, number 4, Rick, creeping up on those Class 4A rankings. Should be a really fun district. And then Pella is at number 10, Newton. Pella's 1-3. Newton's 4-0. I'm still picking Pella in that matchup. We already talked about that. Knoxville's hosting Creston. And, of course, PCM is hosting Albia. Any surprises you see coming out of our games on KNIA and KRLS tonight?
I don't think so. Not tonight. I want to make sure that we keep an eye on that Newton and Pella game. It would surprise me if Newton would win, but it wouldn't. If it goes the other way too. So I know we both picked Pella on that one, but they're so explosive. I just think it's they need it.
Not often
seriously,
do you see,
it's a game Pella needs too.
Not often do you see 1-3 versus 4-0, and just in my head, there's a 0% chance Newton wins that game, and I've been not one to be right before because I've just seen how good Pella was. Indianola saw how good Pella was a couple of weeks ago, but Indianola right now is ranked number 2 according to Radio Iowa. Those are the rankings that we use. It was North Scott, who took down Cedar Rapids Xavier last week, who has the number 1 ranking. And I think the top 4 are about pretty set in Class 4A.
I think so.
Bondurant-Farrar, to me, still has a little bit to prove, but right up there, it's Xavier, North Scott, Indianola, and Lewis Central. 6
through 1 are it's you could mix them around, you could play them, do everything, but I totally agree with you. Here's what's kind of nice tonight, and the team Indianola hasn't come out of the locker room yet, but I know it's homecoming, so there's players that have come back. They're in the locker room right now with the current football team, and they're going to come out with the team. That's kind of a special deal. The band is lined up. They're ready to go, the marching band, to welcome them out. They've got the banner. They're ready to come out. I know they're going through their final stuff here. We're about 4 minutes away from kickoff. And I'm just talking here. The doors are opening, and so you got a lot of past players in that locker room tonight, cheering these kids on.
Any final thoughts before we wrap up the Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show?
No, it's one where we talked about go out here and play this game, do what you're supposed to do your jobs out there, play. Nobody. I don't want. I never want anybody hurt, but let's just do that and let's play this game and just go at it and. By God, you just start. Football game starts it. We've crowned the king and queen. Now the football game, and let's just enjoy it tonight and then the rest of the weekend.
All right, those are our Downey Tire Pros radio pregame show, locally owned. Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. It's homecoming tonight. We'll take a short time out, and we'll have our opening kick when we come back. 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube, Indianola football after this.
Need a couch? We got it. Need a stove? We got it. Need a smartwatch, TV, lawnmower, or grill? We got it. Arona Home Essentials is your get it here, get it now store. Rent to own anything, name brand, to furniture, appliances, electronics, and much more. So it's a great time to find Arona Home Essentials on Facebook now or stop into our Des Moines location at Southeast 14th and Park, and you'll be saying, Arona, we got it. No credit needed, free delivery and setup, plus you're pre-approved up to $2,500 in products. Some restrictions apply. See store or visit aronarents.com for details.
Downey Tire Pros makes tire buying easier, getting you back on the road and back to what's most important. Between September 15th and October 4th, get up to $70 via Visa Reward Card or Visa Virtual Account after online submission with the purchase of 4 new qualifying BF Goodrich passenger or light truck tires. Downey Tire Pros. Hassle-free. Guaranteed. Find out more at DowneyTire.com. See store for complete details. Offer expires October 4th, 2021. Void where prohibited. Start your fall projects right with a trip to McCoy True Value in Indianola. Save now on Ortho Insect Barrier, only $14.99 after mail-in rebate. They also have great deals on fall and lawn maintenance supplies. Find a large supply of bagged soil and landscaping rock on clearance now while supplies last. Get your lawn ready for the cold weather ahead and make a stop to McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Colder temperatures will be here before you know it. Are you prepared? Get your furnace checked today by the professionals at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Don't get stuck in the cold. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola, for a quality heating service call or new furnace today. Joe and his crew will get you taken care of, so whatever happens outside, you know you have that quality warmth inside. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today and make sure you're not left in the cold.
My name's Danielle Wilson. I'm the Sales and Outreach Director at Vintage Hills Assisted Living and Memory Care here in Indianola. We offer 2 levels of memory care within our community, the transitional memory care community, and then we also provide a traditional memory care community for those folks who are more advanced in their disease. All of the apartments go around the outside of the community. The whole setup is for as you progress in your disease. We don't want anybody to hold up in their apartment. We want to keep them engaged and interacting. All they have to do is step outside their door.
Rick Wilson can walk it out. That's been what we've been waiting for. We welcome you inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, 94.3 KNIA Indianola Activities YouTube. Indianola's homecoming game this evening versus the Blue Jays of Perry. Indians coming in ranked number 2 in Class 4A and 4-0 on the season. Perry coming in at 0-4. And the ceremonial coin toss happening right now. I believe Indianola will be moving from right to left. And they have chosen, we'll double check, Rick. I don't know if the referee's given his sign yet.
Oh, we just lost the audio.
There we go. We're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
I believe Indianola will receive.
I think so. Yeah.
But I'll double check on that. Do want to make a mention again, congratulations to Homecoming King, Walker Whalen, out there with the team captains tonight. So it's kind of tradition every time, at least the Homecoming King, I've gotten a chance to call it, maybe gotten a touchdown. I don't know. We'll see what Coach Kluver has in store for Mr. Whalen here this evening. But Rick, any final thoughts? We're inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. But I'm about ready to start this game.
I think we're ready for this, and I like the call. We may have won the toss, and if we did, you're going to take that ball. You want to make that statement right away here. And as they go out, we've got Kalarick and Carter Erickson back deep. Yep, and Stecker back deep for Indianola. So the Perry Blue Jays will be kicking off to our Indianola Indians.
All right. Again, we'll be paying attention to our other games. Indianola Municipal Utilities Instant Radio Update. Pella Christian and Sigourney Keota, the Fighting Sigourney Weavers, tied at 0 after the first. 12 minutes on the clock here at Indianola Stadium. Indians moving from right to left, and we're ready for today's opening kickoff. We'll have a full look at our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling Radio scoreboard coming up later. Our Arona Home Essentials Radio Touchdown Challenge. We'll split it up in the quarters with our In Case You Missed It, presented by DeYartman Ford, and our Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game resets. Our Fan of the Game, presented by Godfather's Express. It's a ton of stuff we got ready for you tonight. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swanner. Perry's ready to kick it off from their own 40, and it is kicked off, and it is going to the left side, and it is fielded by the Indians back at the 1-yard line, crossing the 10, juking a defender at the 15. Erickson pushing forward. He's got across the 30 to the 40, and now near up the 42-yard line is where they mark him out, and Erickson didn't look like he had much there, Rick, but he gained 41 yards on the return.
Yeah, great return by Carter Erickson. He's one of the fastest kids in the state of Iowa, and he was right down there. Ruiz cooked it. Abraham Ruiz kicked it deep. That's easy to say. But, boy, what a great return from the 1. Got it out to the 42. That's where the Indianola will take it. 1st and 10.
All right, Brick is in the shotgun. He's got Menke next to him, Kalarick behind him. Double wide receivers out right, one to the left. Kingery is out left. Brick hands it off Kalarick. He's going to get hit in the backfield. Now jukes back across the 45, stays on his feet near midfield, and that is where he will go down 8 yards. And much like we've seen, Rick, Kalarick gets hit once, takes more than one guy to track him down.
Well, it does, and then bringing him down on the defensive side, we talked about Alan Gomez. He just senior, 6'2", 300 pounds. He brought him down, and good job by him. But pickup of 8, second and short yardage for Indianola.
Gordon and Erickson to the right, Kingery to the left. Again, same formation in the backfield. Brick drops back, throws it out left side. Kingery caught at the 45, up to the 40, forced out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Actually goes all the way up to the 30. I thought they might get him earlier, but it's a big gain of 20 yards from Brick to Kingery, and they might even give him the 29 for 21 yards, and they do.
They do. They give him that. It's 21-yard pickup. First down for Indianola.
So a gain of 21, 1st and 10 Indians. Now moving inside Perry territory. Again, same formation. Indianola not switching things up. They throw it out to Erickson right side this time. It's going to be caught. Gets around to the 25, gets to the corner. 20, 15, 10, 5. Too easy for Carter Erickson. Touchdown, Indianola, 29 yards. And Indianola is up 6-0. You give Erickson an inch, he takes 29 yards and probably a mile because no one's catching him.
Yeah, that's. There's no doubt about that. And what a great play by that. He just out there, and he just outran everybody.
First touchdown of the game on the 3rd play. Kalarick runs for 8. Brick throws to Kingery for 21. Over to Erickson for 29. And Indianola leads 6-0. 11:03 left to go, quarter number 1. Stark out to kick it up. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. It's through the uprights and in. And we will be back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this. Indianola 7, Perry 0.
Stop in today to take advantage of hot deals only at your local Indianola Hy-Vee. Yogurt products are on sale this week as Hy-Vee yogurt is on sale 2 for 88 cents, and Dannon and Yoplait Greek yogurts are 10 for $10. Progresso soup is on just 4 for $5. Fresh ground beef patties are $12 with 5 cents of fuel saver. Pepsi products are on sale 4 for $11, and Fresh Express chopped or Caesar salad kits are just 2 for $5. So stop in today to take advantage of these hot deals before they're gone at your local Indianola Hy-Vee.
Good Samaritan Society in Indianola is committed to providing an unprecedented level of quality service, compassionate care, and range of amenities to ensure the residents enjoy a carefree, fulfilling lifestyle that is tailored to their needs. Proudly serving Warren County and the surrounding Des Moines areas, their friendly, professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bringing you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person. Give them a call today at 515-302-6791 and get the next journey of your life started the right way today. At Z's Eatery and Drought House in Indiana.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola leads 7-0 over Perry. Start kicking it off. Blue Jays fielded back at their own 10. Run forward across the 20-yard line. And that is where the Blue Jays will start off with their first offensive drive of the day at 10:58 left to go, quarter number 1. And Rick, it doesn't get much easier than 3 plays and a touchdown.
Yeah, and we've got a man down. We got a Perry player down on that. I believe it was the ball carrier, and didn't pick up his number, and they tackled him, but he's still down. I can't make out who it is yet.
Well, while we get that sorted out, I do have some scores to pass along. Let's take a full look already at our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard. PCM leading Albia 2-0, 16 seconds in. Something went wrong for Albia. Creston leads Knoxville 7-0. Of course, our game here, Indianola 7 and Perry 0. And Pella Christian and Sigourney Kyoto scoreless. Our other game we're paying attention to is Norwalk versus Boone and Pella versus Newton. And no scores on those games either. Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling Radio Scoreboard. Your home should be comfortable no matter the weather. Speaking of the weather, Rick Wilson, it's a beautiful night out tonight. Perfect football weather, and what a game for homecoming. We couldn't have asked for it to clear up better than we did. It was rainy and cold, maybe a little bit earlier today, but it's a fantastic night.
Well, like the weather said, that front came through, and about 6:30, it kind of cleared away. And what a great game. It cleared away. 7 o'clock, here we are. We're under the lights, but we've got a young man down. I still haven't been able to make out who it is. I know the trainer's out there. Coaches are kind of out there just making sure that before they do anything, they're going to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, and last thing, of course, we want is anybody to get injured in this contest. But, we have a moment, with that touchdown by Carter Erickson. Another name has been entered into our grand prize drawing in the Arona Homa Central's Radio Touchdown Challenge. Every time the Indians score a touchdown, we'll draw one qualifier for our grand prize 55-inch TV from Arona's Home Essentials on Southeast 14th Street in Des Moines. You can register at Krause Cafe in Indianola, then listen in next week to see if you're qualified in the grand prize drawing in the Arona Home Essentials Radio Touchdown Challenge. Perry player getting carried off the field.
Yeah, it was Juan Hernandez who got, they're helping him off. He's kind of walking off on his own, a little bit gingerly on that right side, but we'll see what happens. They'll take him over there. The junior, 5'8", 155. He's they're helping him off, but now Perry will get an opportunity here on offense.
Bit of a delay again with the injury. 10:58 to go, quarter number 1. Indianola scored 57 seconds into the game on 3 offensive plays. Now Perry takes over on offense. Quarterback Caden Heck is in the shotgun. He's got double wide receivers left and one to the right, and a running back next to him. Heck plans down on running it. He's going to be hit by Whalen among a couple of other Indianola defenders who get in there. Morawski as well as Erickson were all involved, as well as it looked like Ray Liventhal's was in there.
Yeah.
So about 4 or 5 Indians and a loss of 1.
We talk about that front 3. It's Liventhal's, Naughton, and
now
Whalen.
Another Perry player is down.
Yeah, another one down, and I'm not sure if that's the ball carrier or not. There was great tackling by Indianola here. A lot of purple shirts in there, and another player is down for Perry.
Well, let's do In Case You Missed It, presented by D. Armand Ford. If you're just tuning in now on 94.3 KNIA, our free KNIA mobile app, KNIAKRLS.com, or, of course, on the Indianola Activities YouTube stream. 10:42 to go, quarter number 1. Indianola leads 7-0. A Carter Erickson 29-yard touchdown, and 2 Perry players, unfortunately, just the last thing anybody wants to see on the first 2 plays of their having the ball, 2 players going down.
And I thought that might be Carter Heck, and it is. Man, you got the wind knocked out of him. He's up. Coaches are out there. He's walking off, kind of under his own powers. Getting a little bit of help from the coach, but kind of walking off, and we'll probably have the backup quarterback. That got to take a look and see who that might be.
Christian Garrido has thrown passes for them. I don't know if that was – he's only 0 for 1 on the season, so I don't know if that's technically a backup quarterback. Could have very easily been a trick play by some means, so we'll try and get that in. And it looks like number 26 is in the backfield. That's Krajine.
Yeah, Jeremiah Krajine. He's in the backfield. He's got that quarterback spot.
So he rushes left side. Erickson goes in, makes the hit. Liventhal's is in there as well, and he's tackled back beyond the 20-yard line, and it's another big loss. And Perry's just going nowhere here on offense. And
in there for the Indians.
Just a little bit too tough on this Indians defensive line, and they mark him down back at the 19, so it's a loss of 4. And it's third and a long ways to go. 10:17 on the first quarter clock and counting.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Boy, it's a tough way to start for the Perry Blue Jays, but let's hope see what happens here on 3rd down and long.
Drops back to pass, looks to the right side, and incomplete. In coverage was Stecker, even if it was complete. Over to the far side by Tanner Burgeon. It wouldn't have gone very far, and the Perry punt unit will have to come on from their own 19-yard line. Good coverage by Stecker. when it's 3rd and long like that, Rick, not only do you want to give your guy a cushion and not allow him behind, but you don't want to allow him room to catch and then run. So nice job by Stecker to come in and contest that ball and get the incompletion.
Yeah, and you got a kid that come in that probably doesn't expect to play quarterback right away in the second series, and this goes.
And the punt is fumbled a little bit. It gets off. It's not great. It's going to bounce at the Indianola 37. Takes a couple of bounces, and Indianola touched it. I think Perry's going to get it.
Perry might have it.
And Perry has it, and a miscue from the Indian special teams.
Yeah, if they just would have let it go, it would have been okay, but Jack Strong jumped on it, and it popped off his shoulder pad, and Perry recovers. They've got the ball now 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So that's a mental mistake from the Indians coming in. They forced the punt and then touched it and couldn't recover. Just let that go. That's your ball at midfield. But Perry with a nice special teams play. Now they're spreading the field. Krajine is in there at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to the left side, and it's just swallowed up back in the backfield. Erickson and Morawski were in there. Erickson on the first hit of the day. Wyden, the senior running back, was on the carry, and it goes for a loss of 4.
Negative yards so far for the biggest play was the punt where they recovered the turnover.
So it's 2nd and 14 back at the 43-yard line. A loss of 4. 9:15 left to go, quarter number 1. Indianola leads 7-0. Krajine, the backup quarterback, is in the shotgun. He's going to rush off to the left side. He's going to be hit back in the backfield, back at the 35, and it's just no chance for him to go. And he hits Johnny Menke. Couple other Indianola defenders. Whalen was also in there, but Menke, Liventhal's were also the guys getting the hits, and now it's 3rd and 20. Back at the 37-yard line. And Rick, Indianola showing off their speed, showing off their power. Perry just doesn't have much of an answer for anything right now.
Yeah, they're able to just come in there right now and do that, and the defense needed to do that after special teams lost that ball. But now they're coming up here. Hopefully they got 3rd and 20, like you said, see what they can come up with a play here.
Well, Krajine, I think it was a miscue there, swallowed up back at the 32. And I think it was supposed to be some sort of jet sweep and miscommunication, and Indianola just swallows him up. And Strong in there for the sack or the tackle, whatever you want to call it. And it's 4th and really long, and the Indians force their second punt of the drive.
Yeah, see what happens here on this. They're probably not going to misplay this one, but and there was really no rush on that punt down there. They were just going to let them punt it away. But let's see what happens here.
So better snap this time for the Blue Jays and a better punt. It's nice and high. Dewey calls for a fair catch back at his own 38-yard line, and that is where he catches it, and that is where the Indians will start over. They mark him down at the 37. Let's do a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Indianola 7, Perry nothing. 7:44 to go, quarter number 1. This is Indianola's second drive of the game. They've run 3 plays and put up a touchdown. Brick is 2 for 2 for 50 yards. Kalarick 1 rush, 8 yards. Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine getting you back in the game. For more information and a list of services, go to dsmcapitalortho.com. Double wide receivers left. Going in motion is Shivers. Now he goes back up in. It's a handoff to Kalarick up the middle. Hit back in the backfield and falls forward for a gain of maybe 1 on the carry. And it's 2nd down and 9. Good stop by the Perry defense.
Yeah, they did a good job of trying to pick up the number there. I know 77 was in that. It looked like the linebacker, number 34, came in and helped make that. And that's we talked about Gavin Hegstead, the junior linebacker. He kind of just got him by the shoestrings and picked him up, but also number 77 on that. I got to pick that number up here. Was Brian Garcia.
Kingery out left, Gordon out right. Brick in the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Kalarick. Now they set it up, it's out of the backfield. Menke catches it at the 43. He pushes forward, runs over a defender across midfield up to the 45. Inside Perry territory, and it's a gain of 18. 6:59 and counting to go, quarter number 1, and Brick hits Menke with room to run.
1st and 10 Indians at the 45-yard line.
Just a nice play design, everyone going out right. You have to defend Kalarick. Menke slips out of the backfield, catches it, and it's 1st and 10 Indianola inside Perry territory at the 45. Kalarick handoff finds Rumor on the right side up across the 40, and 3 guys have to drag him down at the 37-yard line, and that'll be another gain of 8 for Kalarick. So he's at 3 carries, 17 yards on the day, and it's 2nd and 2, under 6.5 to go, quarter number 1.
Yeah, they're mixing that up really great. And I think tonight, Kalarick, he's got like almost 500 yards of rushing. Here's a night where I think you want to let him do his thing. See what he can do. And we got such a great receiving core. You just got to be able to mix it up. Let's see how they do it tonight, mixing up the rush with the pass.
Gordon, Shivers, and Erickson out right, but they go to Edgington this time up the middle. He jukes one defender, gets around another, jukes back inside across the 30 to the 25 to the 20-yard line. Edgington with a 17-yard rush, and that puts Indianola right inside the McCoy True Value red zone with 6 minutes to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, Bennett, Brick coming off the side line there, getting the play from the coaches, and they're right up to the they're right up in there ready for that play.
Trips wide receivers left, Gordon alone to the right. Brick in the pistol, Edgington behind him. They look left side. It's going to be caught by Kingery out at the 15. Gets around his defender and just rushes into the end zone. 20 yards to Kingery. Brick throws his second of the first quarter, and the Indians lead 13-0. And they are just clinical right now in this game, Rick.
Yeah, just they're putting it down there, another 20 yards. That goes in. Nice effort there. 41 yards for Drew Carey tonight. 4 for 4 for Bennett Brick, and he's got 88 yards on the night. So here's the extra point.
Stark is out there. Indian special teams. And extra points have been fantastic this year. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And it is through the uprights and in. Indianola leading 14-0, 5:38 to go, quarter number 1. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this.
At Z's Eatery and Drought House in Indianola, they take pride in the quality meat used for each and every meal. That's why they use local Iowa beef to make sure the food delivered to your table is the best you could have ordered. Open 11 to 9 Monday through Thursdays and 11 to 10 Friday and Saturdays, Z's Eatery and Drought House has some of the best meals in Indianola at some of the best prices. Stop in today and try some of the best food in Indianola. Z's Eatery and Drought House, where friends become family. Proud supporters of Indianola High School athletics.
What a great way to leave a lasting impression of those you love. A memorial. It stands the test of time for generations to come. A tribute to your father, mother, grandparents, and all others that we value in our life. And you don't need the Sorcerer's Stone to make this rock an inspirational memorial for hundreds of years to come. You simply need Marty with Indianola Memorial Works. He excels at customizing memorials that make you say, yeah, that's my dad. Indianola Memorial Works. Custom memorials for the cherished people in your life.
Welcome back to the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Perry receives the kickoff back at their own 21-yard line, and they have gone just backwards so far on their first drive and a half.
Yeah, Caden Wyden on the return, the senior, 5'10", 170. He brought it back up. They're going to put the ball spotted at the, is it the 21?
21.
Yeah, 21-yard line for the Perry Blue Jays.
Double wide receivers left, and still in is Krajin, the backup quarterback. He tries to rush up the middle this time. He's going to be hit back at the 20-yard line, and a couple of Indians end up taking him down, but...
Yeah, great job in there. We also, let's see.
I thought Chance Yates was the guy in there who maybe got the first hit, and Naughton also in there with the stop. We're going to see a lot of Indians play tonight. It's 2nd and 11 after the loss of 1.
Yeah, I think Bryce Moffitt might have been in on that tackle. There was about 4 or 5 purple shirts.
Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Low snap, drops back to pass, looks across the middle, and it's going to be complete. No.
Treason's pass incomplete.
Nice hit by Stecker. Also coming in there was Wilmot on the coverage, but it looked like Stecker got the hit and knocked the ball loose, and it's now 3rd and 11, 4:54 in quarter number 1. Indianola leading 14-0. 3-0. We do have a ton of Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates to get to. Pella Christian, Sigourney Keota tied at 7. PCM leading Albia 15-0. And Norwalk leading Boone 7-0. Third and a long 10. 4:54 to go, quarter number 1. Indians lead 14-0, and Boone with their backup quarterback in. Handoff goes up the middle this time. It's swallowed up by the Indians at the original line of scrimmage at the 21. That was Wyden. We'll give him 1 yard on the carry, and it's 4th and 10, and the punt unit will have to come on for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, another 3 and out here, and they're going to punt again. The defense just stellar. They picked up maybe a half yard on that, and now they'll bring the punting unit out.
Dewey back deep for the Indians. Ruiz to punt.
So punt unit comes on. Dewey back to receive for the Indians. He's at midfield.
Yeah, we talked about Ruiz, the things that he would do tonight, and right there, number 32, he receives, he's the kicker, he's the punter, plays defense. He's kind of an all-around player for them. He gets a nice punt away.
Punt is out. It bounces at the 45, does not take a Blue Jays bounce. Goes back to the 42, and every Indianola player.
If you were in purple and you had a gold helmet on, you were on the sideline. You're not going near that at all. But he got a nice punt away, and but great field position, too, for Indianola. Andrew has the ball spotted at the 42-yard line.
So they take over on offense with that last touchdown by Drew Kingery. Of course, we'd entered into another winner into our grand prize drawing in the Arona Home Essentials Radio Touchdown Challenge. We'll get to that in a bit. Double wide receivers right. Brick drops back to pass. Has all day to throw. Takes a shot. Right side across the middle. It's too high, and he throws his first incompletion. Intended for Will Shivers on the right side.
Boy, that's a nice pass there, but I'll tell you what, Colton Gordon was open deep. So was down the field, I believe, Kingery. They were wide open. There was nobody even around them, but he tried to force that just a little bit in there, but incomplete pass.
Double wide receivers right, Gordon and Shivers. Kingery alone to the left. Mankey and Kolarek in the backfield. Kolarek gets the handoff, finds room up the middle, rushes forward. He's going to beat everyone around to the left side. Gets a great block up to the 20-yard line before he's finally taken down. They mark him down at the 19, a gain of 23. And Kolarek with a nice run.
Yeah, it's his third carry, and I've got him right there for that's 39 yards and carries, and his third one for Mr. Kolarek. I like to see him. It's a good night. He might be able to, he's running strong, running hard, he's running straight forward. Let's just see how many yards he can pick up tonight. Should be a good night for Cale Kolarek. Hard to bring down.
Edgington on the play action. Brick rolls out to the right. He has Mankey out in the flat at the 10. Cuts back inside. Cuts back again. And Johnny Mankey scores this time.
19.
Brick to Johnny Mankey for 19 yards. His first touchdown, or his third, excuse me. Numbers are hard. His third touchdown pass of the first quarter. 20-0. Indianola leads. 3:24 to go. Quarter number 1. And Brick is 5 of 6 right now, with 3 of those being touchdown passes, Rick.
Yeah, definitely. He just right on target with that and set it up perfectly on a 19-yard strike to Menke.
3:24 to go. We'll stay right here after the kick. Stark kicks it up, and it's through the uprights and in, and Indianola leads 21-0. And, Rick, it's not just one guy or one thing. It seems like Indianola, as kind of expected coming into this game, is just dominating in all facets right now.
Yeah, they're doing everything's going right, and the offensive line is giving him time to throw, doing that. Even on the running plays, they're doing a great job of coming off the line and taking the Perry front 3 out of it, and just doing a great job. They scored their third touchdown now with 3:24 to go here in this first quarter.
So Indianola leading 21-0. Rick, talk a little bit about what it's like as a coaching perspective, or I know you know Coach Kluver, you've worked with him for a long time. What's he telling his guys down on the sidelines right now? Because you still want to play your game despite the 3 touchdown advantage still in the first quarter.
Well, you're playing well, and he's got it in his back of his mind. We shouldn't have made that mistake at that first punt. That's something you just don't want to see. And he says, get out there. You play well, play hard. These guys, I know it's a 3 touchdown lead, but go out there. Play your game. Special teams, you're up now. The kickoff team's up here. Let's try to do that. Play smart. and keep them deep. We want to keep them deep like that. We don't want to give them any advantage to Perry at all. That's what he's probably telling these kids. And now the kickoff comes.
Well, it bounces at the 20 all the way up to the 14. Returner dodges one Indianola tackler, gets up to the 20. It's Ruiz on the return. And Perry starts their third drive. Back at their own 20-yard line, and the Indians defense tries to continue to keep it on one side of the field. Of course, Indianola, moving from left to right, and really Perry hasn't threatened that other than a punt where the Indians' mistake gave him the ball up near midfield.
Yeah, now Perry's going to have it here. Another first and down. They were three and out punt. They recovered the punt, 3 and out again, a punt, and now they got an opportunity here with 3:21 to go, trailing 21-0 here in the first quarter.
So again, Eugene is in the game at quarterback. He's normally their starting running back. Rushes off to the left side this time, cuts inside, runs into Whalen, runs into two other Indianola defenders.
Carter Erickson.
Whalen actually grabbed the ball. Him and Erickson, Liventhal's were all in on the stop, and it's a loss of a yard.
Yeah, it just, and Whalen was in there, and so was Liventhal's. That front four, they're right in there. Those guys right there, they're trying to go to the left. They're just not able to do it.
2nd and 11 back at their own 19, 2:55 and counting in quarter number 1. And Perry trying to look for some positive plays here on offense. Double wide receivers left, and it's not easy when you're a struggling offense, Rick, and as a false start penalty is going to come out. Banana on the field. Should be on the Blue Jays.
I think so. I look like the left part of that left side moved just a little bit, I think.
Well, it's not easy already when you're struggling on offense and your starting quarterback goes out basically on the first play of the game. That's never what you want to see.
Second play, he goes down, for them. And hopefully got, I'm looking on the sideline. I can't tell what's going on over there. But anyway, we'll be able to hopefully they get him back because he's an integral part of this offense. And hope it's not anything, it's not anything serious over there.
Well, it looks already Juan Hernandez is on the bench without a helmet, and I believe Heck is over on the bench without a helmet too. So generally when they don't have their helmet, that's never a good sign. As Perry runs out to the right side this time, trying to get positive yards and just not really able to find anything tackled back at the 14.
I tell you, they did a nice block on Carter Erickson, but he was fighting that off, and then Liventhal's came around and made that tackle. Good job by that. There's great hustle that time. Ray Liventhal's coming around, 6'2", 210 junior, just made a nice stop, lost on the play, brings up third down at about 15.
So under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, Indianola leading 21-0, 3 touchdown passes from Bennett Brick, all in quarter number 1. A 20-yarder to Kingery, a 29-yarder to Erickson, and a 19-yarder to Menke. Same formation for the Blue Jays. Virginia in the shotgun. Indianola coming out on the blitz. He runs away from it, but he's just going to be wrapped up and taken down. And a big hit in the backfield. Jack Strong comes in and gets the hit. And he's hit back at the 13-yard line, a loss of 3. And it's 4th and 19. And Perry will have to punt deep inside their own zone.
And
Strong
again,
just came through and make the hit.
Big part of that. Walker Whalen in on that. Now they're going to have to punt that ball away. See, they mark it down right around the 12, so it's going to be a 4th and about 16 or 18, something like that. And really, Indianola, except for that missed punt play there, they're going to have great field position one more time.
Defense has played really well to start off this contest. Under a minute to go, quarter number 1. High snap back in their own end zone, but punt gets off. A line drive punt will bounce at the 35, takes a Perry bounce and fielded by Dewey at the 45. He finds room up the left side. He has a couple of blockers. He goes back at the 15 to the 10 to the 5, and Dewey, what a move of special teams.
Yeah, about 45 yards.
And the punt return touchdown of 45 yards goes in, and the Indians lead 27-0. I think Perry was expecting him to just let it go. He saw his lane. He saw his blockers in front of him. And what a job by Micah Dewey, the special teams touchdown coming in for the Indians.
Yeah, I got that off right away. There's 39 seconds left here. And Indianola puts up another score. About a 45-yard. That's kind of what I thought.
Right at the 45. Yeah. Extra point coming in for Stark. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick is up. And it is through the uprights and in. Indianola 28, Perry nothing. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube. 39.5 seconds to go. Quarter number 1.
Cementech in Indianola is now hiring. Be part of a team that is 100% employee-owned and is currently celebrating 50 years strong in 52 countries. Who works for us? Moms, dads, uncles, aunts, race car drivers, video game players, dog lovers, cat lovers, happy people, friends, those looking for a career, and hard workers. Send your resumes to employment@cementech.com.
The game is about to start, and the guests are about to arrive. Did you forget about the food? Don't worry. Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola has you covered. Stop into one of their 2 Indianola locations at 1201 North Jefferson Way or 2001 West 2nd Avenue and carry out one of your favorite Godfather's famous pizzas or have it delivered. The Godfather Pizza Express at 1201 North Jefferson Way offers delivery from 4 to 9 p.m., Friday through Sundays. Get a great Godfather's Pizza at a great price. Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Perry gets another kickoff return, is up to the 20-yard line, and that is where Perry starts another drive right at that 20. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. 34 seconds to go, quarter number 1. Indianola leads Perry 28-0. And Rick, not entirely unexpected, but it's been complete domination from the Indians so far.
Complete domination right there. That was Ruiz bringing the ball back up. He got it on the kickoff. And Carter Erickson just fought through a block, got it, made the nice tackle, and now it's 1st and 10 for Perry as the clock, we're 34 seconds left here in this first period.
So again, Krajin in at quarterback for the Blue Jays. Normally that running back gets the snap, tries to go up the middle, finds a hole this time, rushes forward across the 25-yard line before being taken down by Wilmot. And I think Flaherty was in there as well, but that's the first positive play we've seen from Perry for a while, a gain of 8.
That's 8 yards for the Cretan.
So found some room up the middle, and I believe Perry will let that go to the end of the first quarter clock. We'll stay right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, and we'll take a full look at our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard. Of course, our game here at the end of 1, Indianola 28, Perry nothing. It'll be 2nd and 3. They officially give Krajin 7 on first down, 2nd and 3 at their own 27. Scores from around the area. Pella and Newton tied at 7. PCM leading Albia 22-0 at the end of the first. Creston leading Knoxville 21-0. That's into the second quarter. Pella Christian and Sigourney Keota leading or tied 7-7 at halftime. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. And, of course, Indianola football leading 28-0. 12 minutes to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 3 for Perry at their own 27-yard line. Rick, thoughts on the Indians' first quarter performance? Because to me it was absolutely just domination. And really, I think Perry had maybe 1 or 2 positive plays in the entire first. I know you have the stats looked up.
I got some quick stats here for you. Perry with rushing yardage, 10 carries, -18. No passing yards, so they got a -18 yards in that first quarter. Indianola, 57 rushing yards, 107 on passing, so that's 164 total yards for Indianola in that first half, not counting the 45-yard punt return, which we'll go on to the stats there, but from the line of scrimmage and rushing. And, of course, Cale Clark, 3 carries, 39 yards for him. And, of course, Matt Edgington had that 17-yard carry. So there's our rushing yards. And now we start that second quarter action.
Perry, 2nd and 3 from their own 27. 12 minutes on the clock. Indianola leading 28-0. Double wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Regine, quarterback keeper up the middle, pushes forward, gains a yard, maybe 2 up to the 30-yard line. Very close to a first down.
He's close. Depends on where they put the spot.
And I think he's just shy.
He's just short. Yeah,
gain of 2.
About the length of the football, maybe.
3rd and inches for the Blue Jays. Indianola's interior defense looking to make another play, as they have so many times throughout the contest. Regine in the backfield, pushes forward. He's going to be swallowed up by the Indians defensive line, and I don't think he got far enough. Needed the full 30-yard line and he's tackled back at the 29 is where they spot him.
Yeah, what a great job by Bryce Moffitt. The senior came off. He had that time, and he grabbed him, just brought him in his arms, knocked him back. Lost about a half yard on the play. Bring up 4th down for the Blue Jays.
So 4th down and 1, and not much to lose at this point.
Go for it.
And I think it's probably not the worst call if you're Perry. Going for it, you're probably not going to see too many 4th and 1s throughout the contest. 10:47, 4th and 1 back at their own 29-yard line. Kregene gets the snap, tries the left side, hit in the backfield but doesn't go down, pushes forward, gets enough for a first down up across the 35, and nearly hit back of the backfield and taken down, but he finally pushed out of bounds.
Mankey had him in his grasp. He just couldn't quite get away, and the quickness of DeJean, really, that's what it was right there. And a lot of effort there. 4th and 1, they come up with a first down.
Gain of 10 on the rush by the Blue Jays. So 1st and 10, their first down of the day, not counting a miscue on the punt. And they have it at their own 39-yard line. Pass, looking left side. It's going to be caught at the 41. They give him the 42.
Complete to Haynes.
That is up to Haynes. And it will go for 3 yards.
Strong on the stop for the Indians.
Jack Strong on the tackle, and it's a gain of 3.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Logan Haynes, number 16 on the reception.
Yeah, he's not on any of the stats, and I thought, there's a kid that I think's got an opportunity here. I was kind of watching him in warm-ups, and like I said, he come up with a nice pass. The thing about that was there was a couple purple shirts around him. He had no place to go, but he made a very nice catch.
Double wide receivers left, one on the right, and Kregene back in the backfield, hit by Mankey again, gets away from him, but he slows him up just enough to come in and allow Wyatt DeWitt in making the final tackle, and I think it should be back to the line of scrimmage. Moffitt was also in there, and it's now 3rd and 7, 9:33 to go before halftime. Indianola leading 28-0.
Just a great play there. Bryce Moffitt again, one of those that's in on that, helping make that stop. But what a great effort by that front 3 of Indianola to just push it in there. Now it's 3rd down. Still 3rd down and long.
3rd down and 7. Perry got a first down on a 4th down conversion, and now a timeout is taken on the field. Let's do In Case You Missed It, presented by DeArmond Ford. Bennett Brick in quarter number 1 was 5 of 6. 3 touchdown passes, 1 to Drew Kingery, 1 to Carter Erickson, 1 to Johnny Mankey. The Indians' 4th touchdown comes on a 45-yard punt return touchdown by Micah Dewey. That's In Case You Missed It, presented by DeArmond Ford. And that's tonight's creative idea as well, presented by Indianola Memorial Works, Rick. It's always dangerous when you've given up a punt like the Indians did earlier by touching it and not being able to recover it. But Micah Dewey saw it. Perry, it looked like we're letting it go. They thought Indianola was letting it go. Dewey saw his lane, saw that he could field it cleanly, grabbed it, went up the left side, and for an easy touchdown.
Yeah, it's kind of like that little bounce. It took the right bounce for him, and he got it in stride, Andrew. And I thought, wow, there he goes. And he really cut down about the 18-yard line. He cut back in and just took it right into the end zone. What a great return by Micah Dewey, and he played it just perfectly, and some good blocking downfield, too, by the Indians help get that last touchdown.
That's tonight's creative idea, presented by Indianola Memorial Works, serving Central Iowa for more than 45 years. Creative custom memorials and monuments the way you want them. 3rd and 7 for Perry back at their own 42, looking to rush out to the right side this time. Kregene gets forward up across near the 44-yard line. And it'll be gain of 2 on the play, and it should be 4th and 5.
Yeah, Strong in on that play, and they made the stop.
Strong, as we mentioned his name a couple times tonight, under 9 minutes to go before halftime on the defensive side, and Perry will send the punt unit out.
After his play last week and getting kind of in there and playing a lot of that defense, he's come out, got that nice, great start here again tonight.
To return the punt for the Indians.
Dewey's at his own 28-yard line. Punt comes out. It will go to the right side and out of bounds quickly. We'll see where they mark it, but the Indians should have Decent field position to start their first drive of the second quarter. 8:18 left to go before halftime. Indians leading 28-0. And it'll be back at their own, well, one says the 34. There we go. Now they march it up to the 34-yard line. Well,
35. Man.
35.
Yeah, we had three officials. I think we had three different ideas where that was.
Two at the 31, one at the 34, and they give them the 35.
There you go. 1st and 10 for Indianola.
Indianola Municipal Utilities Instant Radio Update. Norwalk leading Boone 14-0 at the end of the first. Brick in the shotgun. Looks to the right side. It's actually Blake who is in at quarterback. He finds Shivers out across the 40-yard line up to the 41, a gain of 6. And Brady Blake in at quarterback, going 1 of 1.
Connects on that
Shivers
pass
for 6.
Shivers. Good job.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 for the Indians.
Yeah, spot that ball right just the other side of the 40. So be a 2nd down and 5.
We'll
like
call
they
it
said. Yeah,
5.5 on the gain. Trips wide receivers to the left. Blake in at quarterback now. Going in motion, Shivers from left to the middle of the line. Kolarek with the handoff. Looks around to the left side. Cuts back outside. Finds a lot of room. Now back inside again. He's on to the outside. Gets a great block up the field. Stays on his feet across the 40. And just keeps pushing that pile. Took 4 Perry defenders to bring him down at their own 37.
Yeah, it did. I'll tell you, that was just a tremendous run by Kale Kolarek. Got down to the
37, a gain of 23.
23 on that gain, yep.
37-yard line.
7:24 and counting to go, quarter number 2. Indians leading 28-0, and Kolarek with his second 23-yard carry of this game already. I've got him over for 50 yards on just 5 carries. Double wide receivers left, one on the right. Blake looks right side this time. It's caught out in the flat by Whalen. Crosses the 30. Stays on his feet. They can't bring him down. And the homecoming king down to the 10. To the 5. Stiff arms the defender. All hail your homecoming king. Walker Whalen for 37 yards.
And you got to give Colton Gordon a great block right around the 22, 23-yard line to kind of free him up so he could go all the way. Great block by Colton and then Walker Whalen with that touchdown reception.
34-0. A player is injured on the field.
See, what do we have? That was about a
37-yarder.
37-yarder, yeah.
So with that touchdown by your homecoming king, Walker Whalen, another name is entered into our grand prize drawing in the Arona Home Essentials Radio Touchdown Challenge. Every time the Indians score a touchdown, we'll draw one qualifier for our grand prize 55-inch TV from Arona Home Essentials on Southeast 14th Street in Des Moines. You can register at Krause Cafe in Indianola and then listen in next week to see if you're qualified for the grand prize drawing in the Arona Home Essentials Radio Touchdown Challenge. 6:57 left to go in the ball game. Indianola awaiting an extra point. Well, we have a time. Let's take a look at our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard. Again, Norwalk 14, Boone nothing. PCM leading Albia 22-0. Pella and Newton tied at 7 at the end of the first. And Creston leading Knoxville 21-0. Pella Christian, Sigourney Kyoto 7-7 at halftime.
Shaken up on the play.
Deshaun Salido, the senior, 5'10", 160. He's the number 19 down. And it looks like he might have tweaked an ankle or got, but he's getting help off the field. Take his time. No hurry here. And Stark and the rest of the Indians are ready to kick the extra point once he gets off the field.
And that is, I believe, the third
gingerly
making
player. His way off. Yeah, that's the third one.
It's just horrible to see. It's the last thing anybody wants to see, especially with 6:57 left to go. And the thing with injuries, Rick, is they tend to come in bunches because with a roster the size of Perry's, not only are a lot of guys playing two ways, but now that's going to have to happen even more, especially with those 3 guys out already. It just kind of puts pressure on the rest of the guys, too. So it's not great to see, and it's something you never want to see.
And as I counted the numbers, there's like 25, 26 men that they brought, and now they're 3 are out. So it kind of takes a toll on you. It really does. And now Stark for the extra point with Blake the holder.
Indianola Municipal Utilities Instant Radio Update. Creston leading Knoxville 28-0. Stark's kick is up, and it is through. Indians lead 35-0. 6:57 to go in quarter number 2. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Start your fall projects right with a trip to McCoy True Value in Indianola. Save now on Ortho Insect Barrier, only $14.99 after mail-in rebate. They also have great deals on fall and lawn maintenance supplies. Find a large supply of bagged soil and landscaping rock on clearance now while supplies last. Get your lawn ready for the cold weather ahead and make a stop to McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Colder temperatures will be here before you know it. Are you prepared? Get your furnace checked today by the professionals at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Don't get stuck in the cold. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola, for a quality heating service call or new furnace today. Joe and his crew will get you taken care of, so whatever happens outside, you know you have that quality warmth inside. Call Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today and make sure you're not left in the cold.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. Indianola leading 35-0 here at homecoming over Perry, kicking it off to the Blue Jays once again here in the first half, fielded by Perry at the 10, across the 20, and up near the 25-yard line is where they will start their drive. And that is tonight's raise the roof moment of the game, that last touchdown by Walker Whalen, Rick. Anytime the homecoming king gets a touchdown, tonight's raise the roof moment of the game presented by All-American Exteriors.
And help him keep that roof up, Colton Gordon. What a nice block down there to let him go take that last probably 15, 16 yards into the end zone. And now Perry will have it once again deep in their territory. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line is where they gave him his forward progress.
Tonight's raise the roof moment has been presented by All-American Exteriors. See Rebel with All-American Exteriors in Indianola today, Iowa's top roofer. Perry, 1st and 10 at their own 27, dropping back to pass this time, and it's picked off on the far side of the field, and nobody in front, and a touchdown. Carter Erickson is second of the day. This time on defense, it goes 27 yards the other way, and Carter Erickson gets into the end zone.
Yeah, what a great, he was right there. He leaped at the right time. And INT and the interception, Carter Erickson with his second touchdown.
An offensive touchdown that went for 29 yards in the first quarter, and now a 27-yard pick six for Carter Erickson. Fantastic game to go along with a fantastic season. 6 minutes to go before halftime, and the Indians lead 41-0. We're awaiting the extra point with that touchdown again by Erickson. I'm running out of names to enter into our grand prize drawing in the Arona-Homa Central's Radio Touchdown Challenge. Every time the Indians score a touchdown, we'll draw one qualifier for our grand prize 55-inch TV from Arona-Homa Central. It's on Southeast 14th Street. Go to Krau's Cafe in Indianola, grab a piece of award-winning pie, register your name, potentially win a 55-inch TV. Sounds like a good deal to me. It's the Arona-Homa Central's Radio Touchdown Challenge. Stark's kick is good. We'll stay right here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA and, of course, Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. And, Rick, just a dominating start by the Indians. Defense, offense, the one special teams miscue didn't come back to bite them, and even their special teams, other than that, has been fantastic.
And I'm almost bet that coach is the first thing he brings up will be, okay, guys, I know we're ahead, but we can't let that little punt. We got to make sure our hats are on straight. I mean, I'm not downplaying that. I mean, it didn't cost us anything because they punted again and we got the ball back. But, that's just – and I'm not going to downplay that at all. That was kind of a hustle. When you're hustling and you're trying to do that, and it kind of looked like it was going to take a bounce to go forward again, and then Strong jumped on it, but it just came off his shoulder pad, and we lost it. But, that's probably the only miscue. And now we got the INT, another one. We got 6 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Indianola up 42-0, and we've got Stark ready to kick off, and Ruiz is deep along with Wyden for Perry.
Indians kicking off from their own 40 again, fielded by Perry at their own 13-yard line, running up the right sideline. And, guess who else comes in to make the hit across the 20-yard line? Charlie Wilmot and Carter Erickson in on the stop, and Perry takes over around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, once again, they're going to spot it at the 25. Perry will have it. And
first and 10 at the 25.
It took less than a minute for Indianola to put points up there. Clock running, 5.5 to go now here in the second quarter. And Perry with the football at the 25, first and 10. And Krajine in at the quarterback. And, of course, remember, they lost their quarterback, Caden Heck, on about the, second play of the game.
I think it's first or second play.
Second play of the game. I think the first play they lost the running back.
Well, that was the kickoff.
The kickoff. So the first play,
the first offensive play, Caden
yes.
Heck went down.
Yeah.
Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Quarterback keeper up the middle is going to be swallowed up and just taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Couple Indians defenders in the area, and it's second and 10, under 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. So looks like DeWitt and Jackson Morawski in on the stop.
On that play, they got it stopped, and then they came in and just wouldn't let it go anymore. So no gain on the play, and it'll bring up a second down for the Blue Jays.
I do have some fun scores to pass along. Pello leading Newton 14-7, and Aiden Pollock 3-yard touchdown run, and PCM leading Albia 29-0. Aiden Anderson, back from injury, scores his 4th touchdown of the first half. Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates. Designed quarterback keeper up the middle and just swallowed up back at the 22-yard line. A couple of Indians defenders again in on the tackle and just going nowhere. Jack Strong was the first guy to make the hit.
And Kai Hartung, number 43, the 5'10 junior, helping in on that stop too. So good job by that. We're getting some of those kids in, and we want to make sure we get their names out there as defensive coach is putting some of them kids in and allowing them to get some time to play. And we're under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
And again, with that 42-point lead, that clock will keep going here. So
not till the second half.
I should say, yeah. But double wide receivers left, one to the right, dropping back to pass, throws it off right side into double coverage, and will fall incomplete. Stecker in on the coverage as well as Noah Johnston, and it will fall incomplete. 4th and 11 back at their own 24-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go. Indianola leading 42-0, and the punt unit will come out. Again, it's just hard to criticize a point of offense for a team like Perry. You lose your starting quarterback, you lose your running back, basically on the first 2 plays of the game.
Yeah,
what are you supposed to do? Any team would be put in a grinder at that point.
Yeah, that's a hardship right there.
It's a team that's already struggling for offense and going up against one of the top defenses now, as Dewey calls the fair catch at his side of the 50, right at the 49-yard line, as the punt comes out, and the Indians will take 51 yards to go. 2:50 to go, and I believe it is running clock here, Rick. It is starting with a 35-point lead. So
it's not supposed to start till the
I'll defer to you on that one. I always thought it was right away at 35.
It's a second quarter type thing, so.
At their own 49, Brady Blake in at quarterback. He's 2 for 2 for 43 yards and a touchdown. Bennett Brick, I don't know if his day is over, but at least his day was 5 of 6 for 3 touchdowns and around 75 yards. I'll defer to the master of numbers, Rick Wilson, for that. But double wide receivers right, one to the left. Blake in the shotgun. Looks to the right side this time. It's going to be caught. Gordon cuts back across the 45, runs into a couple of defenders and falls forward. Might have lost the ball, and I think he did, and it's recovered by Perry at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he got a 9-yard pass play, the pickup, but he could not quite hold on to it, and fumbles the football, and Perry will take over.
So a 9-yard pass from Blake to Gordon will be fumbled, and Perry takes over at the 45-yard line, and the Indians turn the ball over for the first time today. 1:40 to go before halftime, so Perry will have to hurry up here or use their other 2 timeouts. Indianola leading 42-0 and a minute and a half to go before halftime. Perry does get the ball to start half number 2. Double wide receivers left and one to the right for the Blue Jays. Low snap and hit in the backfield, stays on his feet. Taken down finally by Morawski and a couple of other defenders, but coming in and making the initial hit was Dylan Estes, and that slowed him up just enough to make it a 1-yard run. And 1 minute to go.
And Byland on the stop.
Now in the first half, Indianola leading 42-0. Again, we'll do our best. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner to get as many names as possible. Indianola starting to rotate in a lot of guys on defense. 2nd and 9 for Perry at their own 46. Double wide receivers left, one on the right. DeJean tries the right side this time, and a big hit coming in, and it looked like Gordon came in, and he was the one who couldn't handle the ball, but he makes a big hit on the defensive side.
Going to give him his just a loss of a couple, I think,
and
forward
it's
progress.
Back, so a loss of 3. It was 2nd and 9. It's now 3rd and 12, and Gordon maybe taking it out there on the defensive side, and what a hit just coming in, and that's what you want to see. You make a mistake, it happens to everybody, and that'll do it for half number 1. And the hit from Colton Gordon is the hit that ends the first half. Indianola 42. Perry nothing. We'll have halftime coverage coming up after this. You're listening to Indianola football on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Need a couch? We got it. Need a stove? We got it. Need a smartwatch, TV, lawnmower, or grill? We got it. Arona Home Essentials is your get it here, get it now store. Rent to own anything, name brand, to furniture, appliances, electronics, and much more. So it's a great time to find Arona Home Essentials on Facebook now or stop into our Des Moines location at Southeast 14th and Park, and you'll be saying, Arona, we got it. No credit needed, free delivery and setup, plus you're pre-approved up to $2,500 in products. Some restrictions apply. See store or visit aronarents.com for details.
He made me feel low.
He kept pushing me.
He just wouldn't listen. I only wanted an oil change.
Service Center Bullying, or SCB, is the leading cause of automotive repair anxiety, or ARA. If you're struggling with ARA, there is hope. Norris Automotive Repair in Indianola will service your vehicle in a friendly environment. Stand up to SCB and eradicate ARA. Norris Automotive at 703 North Jefferson Way in Indianola. Big or small, foreign and domestic, quick and affordable. Norris Automotive.
Honey.
These are so good.
Honey, calm down. You're embarrassing me.
These ribs are fall off the bone, melt in your mouth good. I knew Houston's on Main had amazing wood oven pizza, but ribs like this, oh man, this is a game changer.
I get it, but will you at least calm down, please? It's Friday and it's date night.
Okay, I'll calm down. By the way, are you gonna eat those?
Go ahead.
Houston's on Main in Milo, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
At Overton Funeral Home, we understand the importance of providing quality, caring assistance during one of life's most difficult times. Not only do we provide at-need counseling, but we are available for assistance in pre-arrangements. Overton Funeral Home's mission is to provide the personal service that will ease and assist you in your transition. In your time of need, our Overton Funeral Home family in Indianola will help your family honor and celebrate your loved one.
Downey Tire Pros makes tire buying easier, getting you back on the road and back to what's most important. Between September 15th and October 4th, get up to $70 via Visa Reward Card or Visa Virtual Account after online submission with the purchase of 4 new qualifying BF Goodrich passenger or light truck tires. Downey Tire Pros. Hassle-free. Guaranteed. Find out more at DowneyTire.com. See store for complete details. Offer expires October 4th, 2021. Void where prohibited.
Welcome to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show on 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. And Rick, 42-0 is where we stand right now. Indians leading Perry, and 15 minutes on the halftime clock. And before we get to all the scoring plays, let's just kind of talk about how dominating that was for the Indians. This is what you look for when it's the number 2 team versus a winless squad coming in.
Well, you do, and tonight there's just not, 42-0. Here we are at halftime, Andrew, and there's, as you know, I mean, they've just dominated Perry, and took a couple hard knocks right away. On a kickoff, they lose their one of their players, and then on the next play they lose their quarterback, and then the backup quarterback comes back in, and really that defense is just that good out there. We saw what they did last week against Lewis Central. They're just taking over where they left off. There's been a couple of mistakes. There's been a fumble. There's been by Indianola. There's been a punt that was tried to handle a punt and tried to recover that, fumbled that, got that away, lost that. So a couple fumbles, but they still have that lead. Perry just hasn't had a very good field position. I think they got close to half, 50-yard line, somewhere up in there, but that was about it, the best they do. But they're just not very good offensive here, especially when you go into the half and you have minus 4 yards total.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, it's the Pride of Indianola Marching Band. We're going to turn up the crowd mic here. We're going to listen to the Pride of Indianola halftime show, our marching band halftime show here on the YouTube channel. And for those listening on 94.3 KNIA, it's the Pride of Indianola Marching Band here, halftime activities.
Tonight, the band will perform selections from their 2021 contest show entitled The Music of Toy Story. This movement includes the following selections: You've Got a Friend in Me, I Will Go Sailing No More, We Belong Together, When She Loved Me, and Woody's Roundup. Drum majors Anna Court, Andy Gwaley, and Kyle Roberts. Is the Pride of Indianola Marching Band ready? Band, take the field!
How's that for the Pride of Indianola Marching Band here at the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show? Always a great show they put on, especially here for homecoming tonight.
What a great tribute to Indianola. These young people are fantastic. Congratulations, parents of everybody out there, the color guard, the band, and everybody. I'll tell you what, this is just a fantastic, and I got to give a shout out to a gentleman who was down there kind of running some of the stuff down there, helping those kids out. And Mike Richardson's dad, Gary Richardson, who is the president of our Lions Club. I'm gonna do a little advertising here. President of our Lions Club, moved here from Council Bluffs to be near kids and that, and to help Mike out and do everything. What a great gentleman he is. And I've had the pleasure to know him for the last 4 or 5 years here, and he has just done a tremendous job, and I know he enjoys all these kids. He really does, and congratulations to the Indianola, the Pride of Indianola, I should say, marching band. What a great halftime.
Absolutely. We did a feature on them last year, and I got to talk to the drum majors and, of course, Mr. Richardson, and just a show every single year, and the drums are going to go out and put on a show for the student section. But we got to power through here, the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show. Let's go over the scoring plays. Indianola leads 42-0 at halftime. In the first quarter, Bennett Brick connects with Carter Erickson on a 29-yard touchdown pass. Just give it to Erickson in space and let him do work. Second touchdown of the day came on a 20-yard connection to Drew Kingery, and then a 19-yard connection to Johnny Menke. A 45-yard punt return touchdown for Micah Dewey put Indianola up 28-0 at the end of the first. Running clock would begin after a Walker Whalen 37-yard touchdown. Congratulations to your homecoming king, and all hail the king, Walker Whalen. Carter Erickson with a pick six of 27 yards for the touchdown. Indianola 42, Perry nothing is our scoring plays.
Yeah, and that's kind of tell you, I'm going to give you some quick scores or some stats here. -7 yards rushing is what I have for Perry. 3 yards passing, that's -4 overall. They were 1 out of 5 with 1 INT, and of course that was by Carter Erickson, who got that 26 yards pick six. Takes it, and that pick made it 42-0. And they had 1 penalty for 5 yards. Indianola with 42 points here in the first half. 6 attempts, 79 yards rushing, 158 yards passing, 237 yards of offense. They really had short field all the first half. They really didn't have any.
It's hard to rack up yards when you start on the 50 at the very least every
definitely.
drive.
So, and you've had a couple of like a 45 and 26. So there's almost 75 yards, one in a punt return and the other one in a pick six for them. Of course, they did have 2 fumbles. They lost 2 fumbles. So, but no penalty yards for Indianola here in this first half.
Yeah, I think just the 1 false start penalty on Perry early on, and that was it. Other than that, it's been a clean game. We'll take a short timeout. Second half adjustments presented by Z's Eatery and Drown House after this. You're listening to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show. Indianola leading Perry 42-0. Other scores from around the area and a lot more after this on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Agent Lisa Hunter in Indianola if auto owners make sense for you.
Hello folks, Rebel here. Are you in need of a new cover? With all the severe storms we've had in recent weeks, you may need a roof inspection to diagnose potential problems with your roof. At All American Exteriors, our technicians are trained to suss out even the most hard-to-find damage, helping you receive the best roof while saving you money. Our excellent service has been recognized as being one of the most reputable roofing companies in the state of Iowa. Why not let All American Exteriors be your advocate? Call now.
Welcome back to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show on 94.3 KNIA Indianola Activities YouTube. Indians leading 42-0 over Perry here on homecoming night. Let's take a look at our second half adjustments presented by Z's Eatery and Drought House. And Rick, I don't have any. My only second half wish and it's been rough on Perry so far, but stay healthy. That's what you want. Anyone at this point in the game, just come out, be able to practice on Monday, and stay healthy. And if you're Indianola, hey, you still got to execute when you're in there. This is your chance if you're one of those guys who maybe doesn't get to play a lot to go out there and show what you can do.
Yeah, it's going to happen here. And I got to mention the injuries by Perry. They lost a running back on a kickoff return. That's Juan Hernandez, number 4. Number 6, Caden Heck, I think on the next play from the line of
scrimmage. So it was the first play on the kickoff. Juan Hernandez goes down. He's one of their running backs. And then their starting quarterback, Caden Heck, on the first play, offensive play, goes down. So
and then Deshaun Salcido, one of their defensive players, number 19, he goes down. And so they got 3 players sitting over there. And right now they're going to come out. And he will get the kickoff here in the second half.
All right, well, we have a moment. Let's do congratulations to our fan of the game presented by Godfather's Express. Of course, you can register to be our fan of the game presented by Godfather's Express and win a free single-topping large pizza. Go to Godfather's Express, register, and then, of course, listen in next week to our next Indianola broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game presented by Godfather's Express. Any other second-half adjustments, Rick, before we wrap up the halftime show?
No, I agree with you. Let's go out there. We're going to see, I think, a lot of players get an opportunity to play here. He'll keep some key players in, just so that there's some stability out there. But we never know what's going to happen here. But the kickoff team is out there. We've got some kids out there. I can see a couple of names I haven't called out before. Hayden Syverson's out there. He's going to be out there on that kickoff team. I think he's out there anyway on that. So some of the special teams, we'll see a lot of players. We'll see who gets in a ball game once we get the ball, because there's some kids in there that are younger that we'll see. Maybe
it's good see what they can do. To get. Today's second half adjustments presented by Z's Eatery and Drought House. Stop in and make sure you enjoy some of the best food in Indianola at the best prices. Fill up at Z's Eatery and Drought House before the game and leave those second half adjustments to the team. That wraps up the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio halftime show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. Take a very short time out. Back for more after this inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth.
Hey there, it's Tim Davison from Chumley's Auto Care. I'm sure we can all agree, fall is a great time of year. Who doesn't love the taste and smell of tailgating, the glow of Friday night lights, the roar of the crowd when the ball finds the end zone, and then leaving the game only to find your vehicle batteries died? Well, that part stinks. But Chumley's Auto Care, we're here to help. From now until November 1st with a free battery test and $25 off our lifetime battery. Call Chumley's Auto Care for details at 515-961-2594 or check us out at the web, chumleysautocare.com.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Start of quarter number 3. Indianola leading 42-0 over Perry. And Indianola will kick off moving right to left. Back to receive for the Blue Jays for multiple times today.
Caden Wyden along with
Abraham Ruiz, I believe.
Yeah, Ruiz back. They're about the 10-yard line. And Stark ready to kick off for Indianola here. We get quarter number 3 underway.
In a 42-0 game, that does mean running clock as Perry puts another player out there after a quick substitution. Again, that's what happens with injuries, Rick, is everyone kind of moves up a step and
kind of got to get things figured out.
Adds
clock
extra
will stop
things in.
For a timeout or an injury, and that's the only time the clock will stop. Or somebody scores.
Yes, it scores in between the scoring and the kickoff as it is fielded by the Blue Jays back at the 15-yard line, moving forward across the 20 and tackled at the 23-yard line is Ruiz on the return. Again, we'll do our best to get as many Indians' names out there as possible. I don't see too many starters out there. Of course, you're mixing them in and out, so we'll do our absolute best here.
It was Stecker and Strong, and also I think on the stop was Wilmoth for Indianola.
So, plenty new names out there. I see Jack Johnson in at linebacker.
Try to pick up those names as we go along here.
As well as Cooper Belt in at corner.
And I think
plenty of other guys were working on it. So Noah Johnston in at safety and Regine in at quarterback. Hands it off left side. No, it's a keeper, and he will be tackled back at the 22-yard line. And it's a loss of 2.
Dylan Estes on the stop for the Indians, number 21, 5'11", 176-pound senior on that stop. Loss of a couple of yards.
Well, let's take a look at our full Indianola or Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard. Norwalk leads Boone at halftime, 24-20. Sigourney Keota 20, Pella Christian 13. Both teams with a pair of missed extra points in that game. Creston leads Knoxville 35-0, and Pella and Newton tied, or Pella leads Newton 14-7 at halftime. Play is blown up in the backfield, and Indianola swarms back in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of a couple.
Yeah, Chance Yates leading the charge on that, 6'2", 210-pound junior leading the charge on that. And again, loss of a couple more on that. Bring up a third down, I think about 15.
Yeah, about third down and 14. They mark them down at the 20. They started at the 24. They need the 34 for a first down. So 10-10 to go, quarter number 3. And running clock as Indianola leads 42-0. And it's double wide receivers left, one to the right for the Blue Jays. Jean gets a low snap, rolls out to the right side. He's going to be hit back in the backfield and finally taken down from behind by Dylan Estes. Couple Indians got in there and forced the early scramble, but Estes will be credited with the sack.
And Ashton Grubel, number 15, also hustling in on there and helped make that stop too.
So nice job by the Indians defense, and Perry will be forced to punt. 9.5 to go, quarter number 3. Let's take a look at the road ahead. That is presented by Good Samaritan Society of Indianola. Indians started district play tonight. They lead Perry 42-0, and it's a big matchup over the next couple of weeks. It's Norwalk, then Carlisle, then Bondurant-Farrar, and that will decide the district for the most part. But Warren County rival Norwalk is up next as Dewey fields the punt. He calls a fair catch, dropped it, but then came down and got it at the 47. And that is where the Indians start their first offensive drive of the third quarter. That was the road ahead presented by Good Samaritan Society of Indianola. When it comes to your road ahead, think of Good Samaritan Society, where their professional staff is dedicated to enhancing your life, bring you joy, and creating opportunities that care for your whole person, mind, body, and spirit.
Well, I know we won't get into this till towards the end of the season, but boy, I'll tell you what, it's an exciting with who plays who towards the end of the season, especially in district play. So we'll cover that as we get there.
Blake is in at quarterback. Edgington with the handoff, bursts through the middle. He's going to dodge one tackler, gets around to the 40. He's out in space across the 30, cuts back all the way back around the side. He has blockers out in front, up to the 20, inside the McCoy True Value red zone, and down at the 15. A gain of 32 for Matthew Edgington. He ran out to the left. He had his jersey pulled about 3 or 4 times and finally gets down at the 15. 8:10 to go inside the McCoy True Value red zone, and Matthew Edgington with quite the run. There is another Perry player down on the field, though, and again, it's just not something you want to see.
This came back right around the line of scrimmage, and it's one of their linemen, and I'm just not quite able to make out that he's on his back. Now they're looking at him. Looks like they're around the leg, somewhere in there. So whether there's an extension or what it is, we're not going to make a call here. But yeah, they're down there, and it's right.
Let's do, in case you missed it, presented by D. Armand Ford. 8:12 to go, quarter number 3. Running clock, Indianola leads 42-0, and Indians are going to head to the sideline here after an injury. A Matthew Edgington 32-yard run is the first play on offense in the third quarter for the Indians. And not only is this really good to see, Rick, something we haven't gotten a chance to talk about has been Brady Blake in at quarterback. And it's really fun to see him in because not only do we know what he can do, but it's an unfortunate situation, and he was the starter early on. Got a bit of a knock as Perry player comes off the field, walking off under his own power. And Brick came in, and he's been one of the top quarterbacks in the entire state. And, of course, you have to ride your guy, and he comes in and has that type of success. But you know that the security blanket of Brady Blake is right there if something were to ever happen, and he's certainly showing it tonight.
Yeah, and number 53 is the player that's went off the field under his own power, Emmanuel Soto. Yeah, offensive lineman, 5'10", 280-pound senior. So he walked off, so that might be a good sign. We'll see what happens here. 1st and 10 for Indianola at the 15.
One wide receiver left and right. And it looks like a Handoff will go to the right side, up the middle, across the 10, and down inside the 10-yard line. That is Eli McDonald, a senior running back, getting the carry. I've run out of room on my score sheet, Rick, so I hope you're keeping full stats here.
I got a little room. Got a little room over here.
A gain of 6 by McDonald, 7:40 to go in the third, so it's 2nd and 4 now at the 9-yard line. I should also say in a quarterback is Ethan McDonald running the score now for the Indians. McDonald, handoff goes to the left side this time, finds a hole, cuts back at the 5, and taking down back at the 5-yard line be Josh Eilers, a junior running back. Should be just enough for a first down. Gain of 4, be very close. If not, they don't get it to him. 7:10 and counting to go in the third. And I think they're going to mark him just shy. So a gain of 3.5 on 2nd and 4. McDonald in at quarterback, Eilers behind him. And Eilers gets the handoff, pushes forward, gets the first down, close to the end zone. They mark him down at the 1.
Yeah.
And a gain of 5 on 3rd and 1. It'll be 1st and goal at the 1 inside the McCoy True Value red zone. Indians leading 42-0, 6.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. And we'll see who gets to punch the score in here.
Tell you what, we're looking at number 22, Ethan McDonald for Indianola, future quarterback here, sophomore. And we'll just see, right now he's handling himself pretty well.
So McDonald in the shotgun. Hands it off up the middle, and a wide open hole will go in for the end zone, and it's Eli McDonald at fullback. He gets the 1-yard rush, and Eli McDonald puts the Indians up 48-0, 6:12 to go in quarter number 3.
Stark on to attempt the PAT.
Eli McDonald with a 1-yard rush. This game has had it all, Rick. Special teams touchdowns, offensive touchdowns, defensive touchdowns, and now some of the younger guys getting in there and scoring too. Stark is out there for the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it's through the uprights and in. Back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola YouTube. 49-0 Indianola over Perry.
Question: who's Indianola's largest internet provider? The answer? IMU Fiber. IMU Fiber has signed up almost 3,000 customers in the last 3 years for their fast, reliable internet service. Give them a call and a local person will answer any questions you may have about their second-to-none service. Fewer slowdowns, fewer interruptions, and inside of more homes in Indianola than any other internet provider. That's IMU Fiber. Bringing hometown values to broadband services, IMU Fiber is here for you now and forever.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Yes, Mom, what happened?
The deer just came out of nowhere. Thank God we're okay. But the car is a complete mess.
Accidents happen, and when they do, don't sweat it. Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola can get your vehicle fixed up and back on the road before you know it, and all work is guaranteed. From dings and dents to complete totals, they do it all. When you need auto body repair, the difference between one shop and the next are the little details. Details Plus Collision Center of Indianola.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Activities YouTube. He's Rick Wilson. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola leading Perry 49-0 after a Eli McDonald 1-yard run, and Stark kicks it off again, fielded by Perry back at the 10-yard line, trying to cut back, gets across the 15, falls forward to the 20 is Ruiz. Done a decent job in kick return coverage the Indians have tonight, and Ruiz has been doing an okay job getting back to the 20 as well.
Yeah, he plays a big part on this Perry team, and he's just done about everything. He's a punter, and he just gets involved in everything. So it'll be Perry at the 20, 1st and 10.
5:45 and counting. Again, we are in a running clock at this point. 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Back at their own 20-yard line. They've just not had any luck with injuries this evening, and we'll see. Looks like Krajin is still out there on offense at quarterback. Double wide receivers left and one to the right. He gets the snap, looks left, and he's swallowed up immediately, but he bursts through, gets across the line of scrimmage, And he will be taken down at the 25-yard line. I think they give him the 24. Noah Johnston on the stop, and it's a gain of 4.5.
Yeah, Jack Johnson also on that. And we also had Ethan Ott, number 76, in on that. So they're swarming. We're just coming up under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Picked up about 5.
They give him the full 5 to the 25, so it's 2nd and 5, under 5 minutes to go in the third now. Receiver goes in motion from right, now back to behind the quarterback. He gets the handoff, tries the left side this time, slowed up at the line of scrimmage, but bursts forward. Finally taken down by Ashton Grubel among a couple other Indians defenders, but it is a gain of 4 on 2nd and 5, sets up 3rd and 1 with 4.5 to go now in the third quarter.
And again, that's number 16, Logan Haynes, who has caught a pass, and now he makes a positive 4-yard gain for Perry.
So the Indians defense looking to hold here on 3rd and 1. Perry at their own 29-yard line. They need the 30. Gets the snap. It's low. They try the left side this time. Hit in the backfield. Lost the ball. And collecting it right there. Coming in was Cale Meacham.
Yeah, Meacham
grabs the ball and gets the turnover. Right place, right time. That's what the mark of a good defender is. A lot of them put themselves in that situation, but nice job, and we'll see the Indians offense come back out there at the 31-yard line of the Blue Jays. So it looks like McDonald is still in at quarterback. 1st and 10, Indianola leading 49-0, under 3.5 to go in the third. Wide receivers left and right. Handoff goes up the middle, cutting back across the 30, across the 25 to the 20, now inside the McCoy True Value red zone.
It's Eli Fox with the carry.
And Eli Fox with the carry, a sophomore running back. Ruiz with the stop, and a gain of 13. Well, we'll make it 14, up to the 17 by Fox. Inside the McCoy True Value red zone, and Indianola leading 49-0, under 2:45 and counting now in the third quarter. Same formation. McDonald in at quarterback. Hands it off to Fox. Finds room across the middle. Crosses the 15. He hits a couple of defenders and goes down there. And it looked like making a big stop was Jordan Surratt and Emmanuel Soto. And it's a gain of 3, we'll call it, from the 17 to the 14. Lots of substitutions coming in for the Indians. Fox still in at running back. McDonald at quarterback. And at fullback is Jonathan Hallberg. Snap goes to Fox, tries the right side, cuts back. He's at the 10, has a block forward, pushing forward to the 5, and they mark him down at the 6-yard line, and should be very close to a first down.
Yeah, very
nice. And they give it to him, and it's first and goal Indianola.
And I want to say Cale Britton was out in front of that, the sophomore. Pretty much a lot of sophomores out there right now, and that's kind of the future of what we've got here. These kids are getting an opportunity here, and Britton had a really nice block downfield that Fox got down there just right inside, just close to the 5.
Handoff goes up the middle again, down at the 5, across the 5. And Eilers will make it all the way up to the 2-yard line. Second and goal from the 2 now after a gain of 4 by Josh Eilers. Do want to make a mention, you're listening to Indianola Football, powered by Community First Credit Union on AM 1320, FM 94.3, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola for our radio listeners, and on Indianola Activities YouTube. A minute 10 to go, quarter number 3. Indianola leading 49-0. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Eilers in at running back, McDonald in at quarterback. McDonald gets the snap, hands it off. Eilers cuts back inside. He's dragged by the jersey, but he makes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianola. And Josh Eilers makes his way in and makes it 55-0 Indianola with 52.8 seconds to go here in the third. You always like to see this, Rick. I mean, maybe not the score, but at least your young guys coming in and making an impact and doing what they need to do.
Yeah, nice job that time. And I tell you, there's a lot of the sophomores out there. We mentioned Britton. They're doing a nice job blocking, getting off the ball real well. Isaac Garner also in there. Along with number 67, Matthew Kilgore was on that line. These are all sophomores, and are getting an opportunity here at homecoming as they score now goes to.
We'll stay here inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth and do a full Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 52.8 seconds to go, quarter number 3. Indianola leads 56-0 after the extra point by Stark was good. We're, of course, at running clock here. It's homecoming tonight for Indianola at Indianola Stadium. An absolutely beautiful evening, and it's been a dominating performance from the Indians. That's a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio updates coming in around the area. It's been rough for Knoxville. Creston leading Knoxville 49-0. Norwalk leads Boone 24-0 at halftime. Pella Christian and Sigourney Keota, the Fightin' Cobras lead Pella Christian 20-13. That one's in the fourth quarter. And last update was Pella over Newton at halftime, 14-7.
Close ball game there. Yeah, but Pella on top. Last we know.
So Stark getting ready to kick off for what seems like the 100th time tonight. Realistically, it's been 8 touchdowns and 1 more at the half, so 9th time as it's fielded by Perry across the 20 up to the 25, and Ruiz just his kick return yardage is going to be inch by inch up this game, and it's really starting to make an impact.
I think they're going to spot that ball. Hartung, I think, with the tackle on that for the Indians, and the ball's going to be spotted at the 26.
So at the 26-yard line, Perry will have to run, I think, 1 play, 25 seconds. Well, no, if they hold it, they don't have to run a play here in the third quarter. So the play clock has not started. 20 seconds to go. Of course, we're in running clock to begin to end quarter number 3, and it looks like that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
10 seconds to go on the third quarter clock. Indianola 56, Perry nothing. And we'll be back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube. Nobody covers the Indians like 94.3 KNIA. Live coverage of every football game, athletes and highlights on the radio sports page Wednesday evenings at 6 and Thursday mornings at 10. The KNIA Radio Coaches Corner every Saturday morning at 9. Stories every day on air and online at KNIAKRLS.com. And the Jeremy Dingaman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show Fridays at 4:30 with the Greg Young of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show after the games. The one to count on for Indianola Indians coverage, 94.3 KNIA.
You're in the mood for a small town diner. So what exactly are you looking for? Great service and great food at a great value. Try Krause Cafe in Indianola. The waitstaff is the best in the area, making you feel right at home from the time you walk in. Krause Cafe's hot roast beef sandwich is award-winning, and their homemade cherry pie has been voted best in Indianola and has been featured in several magazines and travel books. So great service, check. Great food at a great value, check. Fill up at Warren County Small Town Diner Krause Cafe in Indianola.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola on defense, leading 56-0, 12 minutes on the clock here for homecoming. And Perry starts over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. It's been a rough day for the Blue Jays so far. Injuries have not helped. Starting quarterback and a running back went down and tackled and hit back in the backfield, and the ball comes out, and it looks like the Indians have it. And they do. They recover it back at the 10-yard line. And making the recovery.
Not sure who that was. I know number 5 was back in there.
I thought it was number 15. Ashton Grubel was back there. I don't know exactly who got it. It was on the far side of the field. And Indianola takes over at the 12. So goes from bad to worse. Well, from worse to worser, I think, as the wordsmith himself, Rick Wilson, has chimed in. Indianola takes over on offense, leading 56-0 inside the McCoy True Value red zone. Eli Fox in at running back. He gets the snap, or gets the handoff, cuts back at the 5, stays on his feet, falls forward enough for a first down at the 1-yard line. A gain of 11 for Fox. And under 11 minutes to go here. And Indianola will have a 1st and goal at the 1.
1st and goal, Indians from the 1-yard line.
I see Isaiah Kello come into the game for Indianola.
Yeah, and I think we've got also Trent Nicholson's playing that one side, that left side, right side.
Fox in, gets the handoff, rushes forward. He's going to be hit back in the backfield, and he will lose a yard. Maybe some miscommunication on the handoff. Fox started out on the right, had to go back to the left, and looked like he never got the ball cleanly. So 2nd and goal for the Indians after a loss of 1.
Yeah, check that call. Number 60 is Cale Christensen.
Cale Christensen in.
Yeah, gets in. I'm trying to pick up everybody on that line for everybody. I think I've got number 71, Kyle Phillips. Yep, the junior. Boy, big boy, 6'1", 305. He's going to make a difference.
Isaac Garner in at center. Yep. He's snapping it to McDonald. And Fox still in at running back. Gets the handoff, pushes forward right side. He's going to be stopped back at the 2 again. And will be 3rd and goal now at the 2.5-yard line. And Indianola still trying to punch it in with 9.5 to go here. Still trying to double-check the offensive line. So I think Jack Johnson is in at tight end. And now coming in is number 38, Cale Meyer, and a wide receiver.
Yeah, another sophomore coming in for Indianola here. Clock winding down. We're coming up on 9 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. 56-0. Indianola on
Cale
top.
Britton also in at left guard.
Yep, got him there. Yep.
Handoff goes to the left side this time. Fox gets by everybody, and it's a 3-yard rush into the end zone. And Eli Fox, another Indian to score tonight. Make that the 7th different Indianola player to score a touchdown tonight.
Burke on to attempt the PAT.
And the Burke makes the kick, and it's 63-0 Indianola. We'll take a short timeout. More after this inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Indianola leads Perry 63-0.
Stop in today to take advantage of hot deals only at your local Indianola Hy-Vee. Yogurt products are on sale this week as Hy-Vee yogurt is on sale 2 for 88 cents, and Dannon and Yoplait Greek yogurts are 10 for $10. Progresso soup is on just 4 for $5. Fresh ground beef patties are $12 with 5 cents of fuel saver. Pepsi products are on sale 4 for $11, and Fresh Express chopped or Caesar salad kits are just 2 for $5. So stop in today to take advantage of these hot deals before they're gone at your local Indianola Hy-Vee.
Hello folks, Rebel here. Are you in need of a new cover? With all the severe storms we've had in recent weeks, you may need a roof inspection to diagnose potential problems with your roof. At All American Exteriors, our technicians are trained to suss out even the most hard-to-find damage, helping you receive the best roof while saving you money. Our excellent service has been recognized as being one of the most reputable roofing companies in the state of Iowa. Why not let All American Exteriors be your advocate? Call now.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Indianola leads Perry 63-0 here in the homecoming game. 8:57 left to go in the ball game, and Rick, the Indians have done a fantastic job of this second half. I think these younger guys are coming in and doing a good job of showing what they have.
Yeah, they really are, and I think they deserve this. They deserve to be in here and do what they're doing. And now we got the kickoff, and it looks like Perry's going to have the ball in about close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
Depends
Ruiz
on where they spot
with
it.
another return, returning here for Ruiz, and up near the 28-yard line is where they mark him down. And I believe there's another Perry player down on the far sideline.
We have an injured player on the field.
On the sideline, so I think that's just another rough going for Perry. And
I can't see who it is. Like I said, it is next to their bench, so he's over there. He got that far, and then he kind of They had the trainers and everybody say, get down so we can take a look at you. But, yep, they've had that's about 5. I mean, a couple of them come back, but, boy, it just can't really afford to have that. Let's see. They're working on him down there. Looks like he's up, I think. Looked like Haynes.
We do have an Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update and a big one in Class 4A. Pella takes a 21-7 lead over the number 10 4-0 Newton Cardinals.
Yeah, we knew someone was going to, So
1-3 Pella versus number 10 4-0 Newton. And I didn't feel strongly about the Cardinals, to say the least. 1st and 10, Perry at their own 28-yard line. Gene hands it off right side this time, gets around to the edge, takes a couple of Indians defenders around to the edge and gets back up to the line of scrimmage. I think officially put out by Hayden Sievertson.
Yeah, Hayden got him out, the defensive back there, 5'11", 169 junior. What a great job. Pushed him out of bounds there. Picked up, actually no gain on the play.
No gain. A lot of running.
They're going to give him a yard.
They give him a yard. Okay, they mark him down at the 29. You got to give him a yard for all that effort that he put in. It was a nice run by Caden Wyden. 2nd and 9. Wyden gets the handoff again, pursued from behind and taken down from behind in a big tackle. Dylan Estes coming in and making a big play back at the 23-yard line, a loss of 5.
That was all the way. He had that. He was on stride all the way, and he wasn't getting away from it. And then we've got another Perry player down. Josh, the trainer for Indianola, out there to kind of look at him, help him along. Their trainer coming out.
Let's do In Case You Missed It, presented by DeArmond Ford. This game has been all Indianola. If you're just tuning in now, starters did not play in the second half. This game was wrapped up pretty much at the end of the first when the Indians led 28-0. And it's just kind of been running out the clock since then. That's In Case You Missed It, presented by DeArmond Ford. A full look at our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard, where another Perry player is down injured. It's, again, something you just don't want to see, and it's happened to Perry just a really inordinate amount of times tonight, and unfortunate for the Blue Jays that they're dealing with that. Again, lost a running back and their quarterback on the first 2 plays of their offensive game.
Right now, if this game were to be over, total offensive yards, 0. Minus yards that they've lost, and not counting punt returns or anything like that. They've had a
so not total yards, but offensive yards.
But just offense, passing and receiving.
Do have a Pella leading Newton 21-7. Creston takes down Knoxville 49-0. That game is final as the Perry player gets up and walks off the field under his own power and gets a well-deserved.
And that's
well-deserved.
That's the running back, Caden Wyden. He goes down. Looks like he carried that ball. Looks like the way he landed and the way he got tackled with that ball there could have knocked the wind out of him.
They call that a Swadner, except for most of the time I wasn't tackled. I fell down to the ground.
Tripped over somebody.
It was against no defender, and it wasn't in an organized game of football. It was just me in the backyard.
It was just a Swadner. There you go.
Falling down on the ball. PCM leads Albia 43-0 as well for our Heinz Mechanical Heating and Cooling radio scoreboard. Indians lead 63-0, under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. And handoff goes to the right side, pushing forward on 3rd and long. Gets across the 25. Double check the running back. Looks like that's number 28, Omar James, a sophomore. Actually did a nice job getting about 4 yards. I think Jaimes is the actual pronunciation. So 4th down and 10 now for the Blue Jays, and under 6.5 to go, and we'll see what Perry ends up doing.
Well, they're either going to let the clock run down. I mean,
I think they'll let it run down and call a timeout is what I think.
Timeout and get that punted away.
The plan is.
I would think.
They are in no hurry to run a play, and the play clock's at 1. And, they end up calling a timeout. 6:05 And the clock stops at 6:04. Indianola leads 63-0. Rick, we took a look at the road ahead presented by Good Samaritan Society of Indianola earlier, but the rest of the schedule for the Indians, a tough 3-game stretch here. 2 rivalry games in a row, and then number 4 Bondurant Farrar. Don't have an update score yet from Bondurant Farrar. Spencer Dirks, our guy back in our studio program director, usually sends along those scores, and for those wanting to know scores, our scoreboard show is after all the games conclude on KNIA and KRLS. So if you're on the Indianola YouTube stream and you want to hear highlights and scores from around the area, just tune into the radio. It's usually pretty fun to listen to. I say usually, it's always fun to listen to.
And Bondurant tonight was...
Bondurant was on the road versus Carlisle.
Carlisle tonight.
Oh, Carlisle was at Bondurant.
Carlisle was at Bondurant, yeah.
Let me see if I can find a
score. I tried to do a little thing on Twitter, but I couldn't get it to come up, so... but anyway.
Perry comes back on after the timeout. And it'll be 4th and 10, and it looks like they are going for it from their own 28-yard line. Nothing to lose. And the clock stopped at 6:04. Dropping back, rolling right side, taking a shot right side. It's going to be caught. Moving forward enough for a first down, and they get the 4th and 10 across to the far side. Gavin Hagstrom. Enough for 12, 13 yards up to the 41. And a nice connection there by Perry. 5:45 and counting, but the Blue Jays get another fresh set of downs.
They got it. Good play that time. Like I said, they hit that, rolled out, really set his planted himself well, and threw that ball, threw a nice ball downfield.
And Perry now goes backwards, fumble, and it looks like they jumped back on it. Double check. Jaime's on the carry, and I think he jumped back on the ball.
Yeah, I think he got back on it, and helping down there was Dylan Esses. He was fighting for it, and Esses
and
had
number
it.
76, Ethan Ott on the stop.
Yeah,
as well.
He had it, but he was ruled down. And then when Estes went to get up, the Perry player helped him up off the ground. So good sportsmanship out there as the clock continues to run. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the game.
Looks like Bondurant Farrar, last update we got as Perry rolls it left side, and Jaime's on the carry, and Estes with another good tackle. His pursuit from behind has been absolutely fantastic to watch in this second half. Estes, it's fun to see him just run from the other side. They run it to that left side, and he comes swinging all the way back around and makes that tackle. Nice job to Estes. Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. Bondurant Farrar leads Carlisle 33-16 in the fourth quarter.
Comfortable lead for that.
Yeah, I'd say Bondurant Farrar will maintain their undefeated record. Double wide receivers right, rolling out to his right. Now having to drop back, faces pressure, chucks it out into triple coverage, and it's intercepted on the far side. Cale Meacham with the interception, and he runs it back all the way up to the 35-yard line, and Cale Meacham with a nice play.
Cale Meacham with the interception for the Indians.
Nice job by Cale Meacham, the junior defensive back. Jumped out of the gym for that one, the 5'6" defensive back. And the Indians defense forces another turnover with 3.5 to go.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Boy, almost everybody who's seen the field tonight, Rick, and that's the whole big Indianola roster. I don't know how many numbers they skip, but it goes up to number 88. I think that's about 60, 70 guys on this roster, and you got to think everybody's seen the field and everybody's done a really nice job.
Yeah, you got to get that. They've just come out and played well this homecoming night, so great job by them.
Handoff goes to the right side. Plenty of room to run is Braden Forrett, I believe. And he gets forward to the 26-yard line. And Braden Forrett with a nice gain of 9. The fullback Forrett goes for another 9 yards. 2:40 to go in the ball game. Indianola leads 63-0. We've had running clock this entire second half. And it's now 2nd and 1 at the Perry 27. So we'll give him a gain of 8 officially. So Ethan McDonald still in at quarterback. And the handoff goes up the middle to Jonathan Hallberg. Sophomore running back gets forward across to the 25. Should be very close to a first down, and I think they mark him just shy. Third and half a yard after the carry by Hallberg for 2.
Brings up third and short for the Indians.
About the length of the football for the to get that first down.
Hallberg is still in at running back. He's got Forrett next to him. McDonald does.
Center is still Gardner.
Handoff goes to Hallberg. He finds room across the middle, enough for the first down and a lot more. Stays on his feet and finally dragged down from behind, just inside or outside the 10, and it's inside the McCoy True Value red zone at the 13-yard line. A gain of 13 by Hallberg on 3rd and 1. And a minute 20 to go in the ball game. Indianola will have to run at least 2 more plays. Nice job on the chain gang. They're making sure here at Indianola Stadium
volunteering their time.
gets all the credit that they deserve. A minute to go. Indians inside the McCoy True Value red zone. Play clock winding down to 3. They'll have to snap it here. And in the victory formation they are. And Ethan McDonald kneels it down.
McDonald takes the knee.
And they'll have to run 1 more play. A discrepancy on the game clock of about 9 seconds. 63-0 will be our final score, and what a job by Indianola picking up the homecoming win. .22 seconds left, 13 on the play clock. Indianola snaps it 1 more time. McDonald goes down to his knee, and that will do it. Our ball game, Indianola 63, Perry nothing. The Indians improved to 5-0 and will most likely maintain their number 2 ranking according to Radio Iowa. Post-game coverage coming up after this. You're listening to Indianola football on 94.3 KNIA and Indianola Activities YouTube.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. All makes and models 2011 or newer with under 75,000 miles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. Only sold at the all-new DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Are you prepared for the cold weather ahead? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can get your vehicle ready for the cold months ahead by making sure your heater is performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can check the tread on your tires to make sure you're not left slipping and sliding this fall when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're prepared this fall by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola.
Hi, this is Chad Keller with Keller's Garage in Indianola, Iowa. I'd like to take time to thank everyone that trusts us to work on their vehicles and for simply taking it to Keller's.
With over 30 years of experience, Parker Signs is widely known throughout the Midwest for their solutions to signage, using the